Pardon us for the usual amount of fumbling around for a minute or so while this goes. We always get a different thing popping up on us when we go live.
It's always
this is not up. Oh, the Vine's
it's
going.
always exciting.
We have subtitles appearing on the screen. That's actually pretty annoying from this screen.
Oh, wait, hold on. It just disappeared.
Well,
there we are. Oh, now we're live on YouTube too. Hello, YouTube people.
There are the nuts.
All right. It was weird. The screen just went like blank for a second. Like,
I was talking about
it's an adventure.
Occasional appearance of subtitles. You can turn them on.
Hello, Doug.
And they are actually transcribing as we speak, and you might find them highly entertaining, but
Hi, Lisa, and Errol will join us on YouTube.
Sorry.
Wonderful.
Only if we get boring.
And hi, Mom.
Hey.
Oh yes, wet wild Wednesday. It's raining. I don't know if you can tell, but it's raining out there. Thunderstorms before, so maybe we'll get some thunder.
Anyway. We had some rumbles, for no question.
Survivor's over, so I can watch on Wednesday again. Oh, good! Yay! Fabulous. Hello, Eric. Good to see you. Oh, thank you. Eric likes the pink. Thank you.
Pink. She chooses the dress, and I try to coordinate. So I haven't worn this one in a while.
Hi, Dean.
But I like it a lot. You give me just 2 inches of room here. I got a bunch of stuff on my feet for some reason. Huh.
Well, you can move stuff.
I can move it.
You don't have to. You don't have to stand among
much more
stuff.
Much more crowded in the tiki bar than in the other bar, and the other bar is pretty crowded. But we also have that deep pocket behind us,
my hair's a mess.
upon which to drop things. It's like we should clear up this total top shelf here when we do a broadcast. Hey, there's a capital idea. Huh.
Anyway.
Fixed it.
Oh, Errol, hello. I'm glad you made it.
Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Doug from the Forecastle Lounge. Oh.
The Forecastle. Well,
Fisher's Island. Okay, good. Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Good to see you.
Some folks will not mix up a cocktail, and then again, some folks will.
Pardon me. One sec. I gotta fix this.
Yeah, that was a joke. You can laugh now. But anyway, hello to everyone that's coming down here. We're having a pretty good time so far. Tiki room again, and you know what? Temperature was way down after blowing all of that moisture out of the air past few days. We had 2 days where it was just, whoa, August hot out there. And I go my day into the big cities Tuesdays, pounding the pavement and going, I'm going to collapse right here. And then take me away on a gurney. But they didn't. I made it. Everything was okay. But it all blew off. We're getting a lot of rain. It's getting out of the air and pretty civil. But still out here, it's a little close. I'm feeling
fixed.
Comfortable. Still, I think I might just have to work on a tall libation. What do you think? Oh, well, you definitely take
that was not acceptable.
Unacceptable.
Not acceptable. Hi, Julie, and hi, Gettysburg, ma'am. Great to see you both.
But definitely glad you could join us again on a fine Wednesday night.
Hi, Ken.
Again.
Good to see you.
Yeah, my job is frequently to coordinate something or other, although sometimes you're coordinating and I'm wielding a hammer and hanging on a 20-foot ladder and poking things,
We, and by we, I mean Paul, have been putting in a new fence.
You have been doing a lot of the heavy lifting on that.
Well, I try, but...
Half of the heavy lifting, because I can't lift those big panels. But the two of us can get them in place, and then wrestling it to the point where it actually matches your posts and goes in and everything is tight and right. Yeah, that's kind of a job for a little bit of recon. I'm taking care of that.
Oh, yeah. We had the thunderstorms earlier.
Chasing the heat away.
Yeah.
Chasing the heat away.
Yesterday, it was broiling. I know it was for you, too.
Yeah.
But,
it's heavy.
Yeah, it was.
Big heavy.
Which actually inspired the name of my first drink.
Wow.
Is it time to mix already?
Well, let's see. We're all of 4 minutes in.
4 minutes
and you don't have a drink. What does that mean?
I don't have a drink.
We got 2 days of it. And really,
Hi, Vegas AF.
Memorial Day itself, where people are like, what did you do for Memorial Day?
His big feet like me, Eric says.
Out in the sun getting heat stroke and stalling a fence. But, it's worth it once it's done. It's a lot of work to get rid of these sections, and then it's a fair amount of work to make everything fit. And once it's there,
our fence was...
It's good for like 15 years,
We had already replaced the part that was literally falling in.
Yeah.
But now we're replacing the whole thing. So, yeah.
It's actually 3 sides of fence because it butts up against the house. And the section that was really under the trees and totally deteriorated. We did put 3 sections in earlier. And then we just decided, let's just buy the rest of the fence and do it. So we put on the second side, and then the next side will go on in the next couple of days.
Thanks, Lisa. Doug, that's funny you said that. At some point this evening,
you should mention
Paul is planning to make
you don't say.
a planter's punch.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy June to you too.
And there is the other saying that goes without saying: giant fences make good neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mean to be unfriendly to anybody.
Lisa made mulberry wine today.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
That sounds great.
Is that something you make and then it sits there for 3 years and suddenly gets good? Or are you ready to go in like 2 weeks? Or are you ready to go like now? I'd be interested to try that.
I would
too. Pass that to me, please. It goes right in here.
The garbage pocket?
Yeah, garbage pocket. Boom.
So my first drink features tequila. I bought some new today.
Yep.
And I bought Espolón, which I'm sure we've had before, but
I'm certain. We must have.
it was like, I'm going to get like $9 back from buying it and then submitting my receipt to Ibotta. So, like, yeah, I'll take $9 back. Thanks.
Let's give you one of these guys.
Okay.
Let's give me one of these guys.
But let's do a little tasting because
Taste test.
I'm sure I've tried it.
Give you a skull and
But-
give you an alien head.
Thank you. But it's been a while.
Yep.
So let's pretend we haven't.
It's 100% agave. It's a reposado.
Oh, yeah.
It's what we like to mix with here.
It's a decent
There are
one.
those who think, why are you wasting that in a cocktail? I think it
Hi, Eric.
makes a cocktail taste nice, so I don't consider it a waste.
Hi, Tom. Good
Nice
to
nose.
see you. Day 1 of hurricane season. I saw that.
Oh,
I saw that.
Big fun, everybody.
Yes.
big fun, everybody. And answer to the
boy.
question, Tom, we're getting there. I think I'm psychoed for Ohana.
No, I'm psyched.
I'm like,
I'm psyched.
the brain is in 12 directions at once, and I'm like, Ohana? Oh, yeah, just get me there. And I'll wake up and be like, oh, geez, we're there already. Make it happen. But you know what? It's going to be awesome to see you and Dave. And
I like this.
you know what we'll be doing Saturday?
I like this. I'm a fan.
I am too. This is a nice round flavor.
Yeah.
Nicely aged in wood, that kind of stuff. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm
Good
psyched
outside.
for Ohana. We're leaving 3 weeks from today. So, yay.
Yeah.
Isn't tequila an end of the night drink?
Well, let's just put it this way. If you're consuming your tequila from a container this size, it goes down quickly and you need to repeat. That should be a no time of the evening drink, in my opinion. But hey, if you like to do shots, go to town. I like them to be taller and to go down with a little bit of time between. And certainly the cocktail-shaped glass is a great way to enjoy
Hi,
tequila.
Alan and Elizabeth. Good to see you.
But
Oh, you have to wait a couple of weeks for the Mulberry Wine.
okay, that's good to know. Report back, please. In 2 weeks, we will find out.
Oh, Eric, okay, it's about to get us started. Yeah, we're getting
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
What's going on behind us?
Yep. So, and the thing about the fence, we've had a 4-foot fence for, 16 years when we first installed that. It's been very good for the purpose. Had to replace the gate a few times. Had to right the posts by the gate because they completely frost heaved over. But I did that within the past year. Put a new gate in there. It was
40
looking good.
21.
Yep. And when we looked into getting new sections, you couldn't get 4-foot anymore.
Happy birthday, Gettysburg, ma'am.
So 6 foot it is.
Yay. Happy birthday.
About 15 days. Okay. Interested to hear the report.
They don't
Very
keep
interested.
giving us cues this evening because you got the cue about the Planter's Punch.
Yeah.
And we were already, Eric says, I'm taking care of a nagging Ritz crackers craving.
Well, that's interesting.
We don't have Ritz, but we will be sampling crackers this evening too.
Crackers. Now there's the psycho connection right there.
Mhm.
Boom. Maybe Tom is right on top of that one, huh?
Oh.
Yeah. Would you like to mix
I would.
with your tequila?
I
Mix
would.
your tequila.
So for my first drink,
My first
by
hat
my
trick.
shaker, I am making something that I am calling. Just want to make sure.
Make sure I remember what the
what
hell
I'm
I'm
calling
calling it.
It's not it. Hell's Foyer.
Nice riff on,
Because I
Hell's
was
Half Acre.
thinking yesterday that this house felt like Hell's Foyer.
It was pretty hellacious. We had to put in the AC in the bedroom. Was that yesterday we did that?
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow, that was heavy.
because it was broiling.
That was heavy. You were telling me I don't think we can sleep. I was thinking, no, we're not going to be able to.
Yeah, Ohana.
So.
Yep. Does Ohana have a theme? Okay, so it the kickoff party has a theme. That's really the only, other than Tiki, the kickoff party. The theme this year of the party is
Apocalyptic Tiki. It's like
How
how the hell did they put it? It's basically every dystopian picture from the 70s wrapped into one with tiki added. Well, I don't think there's any tiki
apocalyptic theme, Doug said. We'll go with that.
Yeah. And
Yes.
and the band, I believe the Isotopes from Rochester will be playing, and they are a sort of like Atomic Era theme band. They play in suits, so that should be pretty rocking. And we will be representing in kind. Oh yeah, gonna be fun. And if you're thinking apocalyptic, gee, does that mean like, oh, I don't know, like Omega Man, like Planet of Apes, anything Heston from the period? Yeah, that's all he made. He made like the future is going to be terrible kind of movies.
I love my costume, and I love my costume because I know I'm not going to win any prizes.
No.
It's not that kind of costume, but I'm cracking myself up.
As long as you can up your own crack, yes, you're in good hands.
I am cracking myself up. So while I will not be winning any awards.
What can we say about that? You can say
Apocalyptiki, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think
Apocapulco, something like that. Hi, Aaron. Good to see you.
That post nuclear war Elvis picture, fun in Acapulco.
Oh, bay scallops wrapped in bacon. Ken, that sounds good. Okay, so 2 ounces of Reposado tequila for Hell's Foyer. And a half ounce of Krampus herbal liqueur. Our friend John sent us this, and it is from, can you read that?
Coconut Bay Distillery.
I know it's in Washington.
You from Bellingham, Washington.
Yes, Washington. But
they might pronounce it Bellingham.
Krampus,
I'm not sure.
Also appropriate at Christmas. So half ounce of that, and then 3/4 of an ounce fresh lemon juice. Gonna want a lot of lemon juice because that Krampus is pretty spicy. And then, just to make it a little spicier, I'm going to use 1 drop of Bitterman's Hellfire Habanero Shrub.
Ah, the shrub. That does
2
have
drops.
some heat.
Can you change it to 2 drops, please?
I'll be very glad to.
Thank you.
Here's the hills.
Hell's Foyer. Thank you.
2 drops.
Thank you. Okay.
Plural, please.
Shake with ice.
Shake with ice.
Once again, I have no place to put this lid.
Yeah, I know. Okay. That's the kicker. Okay, you can understand what I just typed there, and that'll be just great. Boom. The Hell's Foyer.
I don't know if I'll be able to after a couple of drinks, but...
Oh, well, I'll try that. Krampus is a recurring theme among people we know. It's one of those things that I think in North America was not very well known until maybe the past 20 years. I suppose if you grew up in Germany, Austria, USA, oh, we know all about
Jamie.
We know about Krampus. Yeah, it's how they kept you polite.
Good to see you on YouTube this week.
Yeah,
on our Facebook.
Excellent. Steamy, I believe that in a minute. I believe steamy South Carolina and anywhere south of that border. Whoa.
It's even getting a little steamy in here. I'm glad I have my Sapporo fan handy. All right, and strain into a cocktail glass. I'm going to use one of these Trader Vic's cocktail glasses.
Yes. Hello, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
Hello, Andrew. Apocalypse. That's pretty good.
That's good.
I'm going to try to say that 20 times fast.
Hi, Andrew.
And I will fail, Sam. But when I see you, you try to say it 20 times fast to me, and we'll just talk over each other.
Give it a twist.
Go nuts. And what else do I want to say? Oh, Aaron got the Hamilton Beach Bum.
Oh, yeah.
Try and report, please. Very interesting.
I wrote about that in my Bachelor Pad article, actually.
If you two want to aim at Honor next year, we'd be very glad to see the two of you, Andrew. Awesome.
Oh, this is good. Try that. Hell's Foyer.
I like the glass.
I have a little extra, too.
Hello, Robert. Bonjour. À vous.
Hello.
Yeah, you could do like 80s like music videos. What you're talking about, John? Oh, seriously. Starting with like Final Countdown, 99 Red Balloons.
Get rid of this.
Does Major Tom count? That's not really apocalyptic, but there's a ton of stuff. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Wasn't there something from Dokken? Anyway.
I have to say that
that's nice. That's a really nice.
I had more fun putting together my costume this year, just because like I knew it wasn't going to win any prizes, so I just, I just cracked myself up instead.
Like I said, as long as you can up your own crack, you're in good hands.
Eric's router is forsaken.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh.
What are you gonna do? Try your phone, I guess. If any of these conk out, try the other platform. If you're watching on one of those smart TVs, not so smart, then go to one of these platforms and comment. And what did we do? I have no idea. So I'm glad we're here.
Hi, Robert.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, that's actually there's another one. There's another one. It's not explicitly apocalyptic, but
Hi, Janice.
I think it fits. I think it fits. Red skies. Oh, geez. Any number of.
What's the end of the world if we know it?
Any number of songs from Midnight Oil. I think that was like their primary.
I want
theme.
the Velvetones to do "It's the End of the World as We Know It."
That takes a lot of work because it's all yakking in 4 chords. It's easy to play, and you have to remember
like the
damn
same note practically
dialogue.
The whole song, but...
Jeebus. Like mine with a twist.
Mm-hmm.
We did make a strawberry, and it was.
We did make a strawberry.
What was the flavor? Cranberry, strawberry.
It was a berry.
Cherry, some kind of a berry.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
And
now.
I found out that the stuff it preserves the flavor. It is very acidic. So
yeah, we ended up adjusting.
Yeah,
we were making it from a recipe, and I was like,
yeah,
"Wow, that tastes like salad dressing."
But
we balanced it out.
We'd probably make a good salad dressing, but yeah, probably a half ounce in something and like balance that out with some sweetness.
John, we say that all the time. I like mine with a twist.
Here we go. Damn, we're like the Warrior. Are we talking the who was that? I forget the name of the group. Petty Smythe. Human Touch. Yeah. Man. We've got what's that one? Shock the Monkey, which is actually about animal testing, not about apocalypticness. What else was there? I know that, what is the...
I'm going to get something to put dirty shakers on.
I'm going to hold on to this very carefully.
Yeah,
go
for safekeeping.
Power on the Passion, Midnight Oil. That is definitely themed with. But really, most of their output was based on that sort of thing. Red Sails in the Sunset, the whole album was very apocalyptic themed. So, the other one was, no, I'm not thinking, I'm thinking of the wrong one, Julie. But we've seen that video a fair amount recently because of the VJs we've been watching up on Twitch. And yes, yeah, that whole thing was themed like that. I don't think that the lyrics necessarily name check that, but the video, yeah, pretty grim. But, that's the thing. Oh, see you, Tom. I'm sorry that your connection is cracking. I hope ours is good.
Well,
Cardiac Ground Zero, Fishbone. Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Here
That's a great video.
All right. Let's see if you can see me fluff.
We will see you in literally 2 weeks.
All right.
Yay. I'm going to see that fluff
3
in a
weeks.
second.
3 weeks. All right. Now we have a place to put dirties, and I don't have to keep leaving the room every time we...
Synchronicity 2 is... the video from the police is set on some sort of futuristic junkyard, as I recall. Had very Mad Max thing going about it, too.
Oh, okay. There's a lot going on over here, too. Michael! I'm going to make that sparkling gin lemonade for my second round.
We'll make
so
that
I'm glad you're here.
Won't we? Yep. Salad running. That's a good choice for like futuristic apocalypto. Year 2525, way outside of the songs that people have been talking about, but it actually does have that edge to it, doesn't it?
Oh, thank you, Gettysburg Man.
Oh, yes.
Just watch your mailbox. I'm excited. Thank you.
The only hit from those guys, as a matter of fact. So what do I need to do? I need to do something.
Oh, did you want crackers first, or do you want to make your drink first?
I'll make the drink. Let's do that.
Okay.
I'm making prep crackers. And I need to find myself a decent-looking chimney, and I think I just found a decent-looking chimney. I have to see if this actually needs to be rinsed out.
Any dead bugs in it?
Yeah, well, that's a good thing to check out here. It seems to be rinsed. I'll be right back, folks. My turn.
We really are just on a porch, so
yeah.
Things get a little dirty if you don't use them for a while. Oh, I have a feeling it will be there. Oh, yeah. 20. That's funny. 2112 theme. Oh, Susie and the Beach. Oh, Cities and Dust. Yeah, okay. Party at Ground Zero. We're getting a lot of votes for Party at Ground Zero. Okay, so I don't know who DJs these parties, but, well, actually last year I DJ'd the party, but I'm not this year. And I'm sure whoever is DJing will take these all under consideration. Yeah, I am excited for Ohana. Well, I'm always excited for Ohana, but I think because we have less to do this year, which
Mm-hmm.
that might be why I'm excited.
Maybe I'm excited for that reason.
I might be able to just go in the pool.
Hello.
Yay. Okay. But we're definitely grilling Spam, and we're definitely having the Old Man Beer Challenge, so never fear. And we're doing a crawl, but it's just in our tent, so no big deal.
Take any straws, did we?
Oh, I meant to bring straws.
Son of a. I'll get a straw.
So in other news, I'm on jury duty this week. I haven't had to go in yet. Knock on wood.
Knock.
I don't
You bet or
I
not.
don't actually mind it, but I'm so busy that it would be better if I didn't have to go in.
You know, if you gotta be called, you gotta be called.
But
And that's
but if I get called, I will serve.
So.
Hi and hello, Lynn. Good to see you.
So what we got
Wait,
here?
hold
I
on.
don't want to miss like the last couple. No,
Yeah.
it's just a couple.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, John saw Fishman.
Hi,
97.
Kelly.
Did I see them with you? That's a good question.
Oh, we just saw Fishbone a couple of years
A couple years
ago.
back. Kingston, no, Woodstock. Fun venue.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty hippie crowd, but
Aaron says, have you ever
they
heard
are
of
still pure chaos on
app?
stage.
the AMP? You can basically have your own radio show and play whatever music you want, and people can call in and chat. Oh,
I'm interested to know. Well,
I
now I
am
do.
interested. I'm going to look into this.
Now I
that
do.
would be fun.
All right. Let me get on with it, shall we? Found something
What
in
was
here.
Desiderata about?
Desiderata.
Okay, arrogant.
Oh, the song? There's two things I can say about that. One, this was actually a hit. I forget who the guy narrating it was. But it was one of these things which was supposedly found on a wall after World War I or II, and this is go placidly amid the noise and haste and blah, blah, blah. It's all this
Well, I've heard it.
supposed to be like calming you in the face of disaster. If from what it was supposed to have emerged, it is, you know, fairly apocalyptic, I guess. At least it's a reaction to, like, you know, really catastrophic war. But I think
war
that the
that's not
story about where
catastrophic?
that was found is a bit bogus, so that's hard to say. But there's the kicker is there's a parody of that
Ooh.
from National Lampoon called Deteriorata, which is hilarious. So I recommend that too.
Hungarian Merlot sounds great to me.
Hello. Sounds like fun. Yeah. So you were talking about.
Oh, we'll miss you, Kelly.
Yeah.
You're hung like a what?
Somebody's song.
Oh, I love the conversation happening.
Oh yeah. So here's the.
Go
here's
in
the
as
thing.
Glendora. Glendora is doing a crawl room.
She'll be
She
there.
will be at Ohana.
She'll make an appearance.
Yep.
We might even see Sid. Who knows?
Her
Keep
father.
your eyes peeled.
He's going to be there.
He can make an appearance. He could be like actually convinced to get up off his tuchus and go represent and sling some wine. Yeah, have some wine for you, will you? So the you were saying that tonight's theme was about like hot stuff and cold stuff. You know, trying to beat the heat
Beat
wave.
the heat.
I like to look into like some of the classics, and Mr. Boston, the newest, actually has something they're calling heat wave. I said, well, I'll try that out. I took a look at the proportions. I'm like, that's totally wrong. First of all, there's no sour in there, and it's all juice and booze. I think, no. We're gonna gas that. So the first thing we're doing is upping the amount of rum because they say 1 1/4. I will make that a solid 1 1/2, and that's a good place
Why
to
don't you
be.
make it a solid 2?
That might be a good idea too. Yep. All right. So it calls for actually very carefully.
Do we actually have any?
What?
Oh, okay.
Yes, we do. Coconut rum. Haven't have the
You
Bacardi
said
product.
coconut rum. I was like, do we actually have that?
This actually is a nice coconut flavor. You know, I'm not big on using the flavored rum. Sometimes the flavors are really candy and they're just way too sweet. This is only mildly sweet, I think. It's pretty good balance.
Hi, Marcy. Oh, and Jamie. Oh, here we go.
This is a build-in glass. I'm going to do that.
Jamie. Jamie says, jury duty? During jury selection Q&A, preface all your answers with, according to the prophecy. We'll be on for lunch.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you know, I tried last time. I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll go in full vintage, and they won't want anything to do with me. And the thing about where we are is everyone's trying to get out of jury duty. So it wasn't that easy. Basically, if you could fog a mirror, they were interested in having you.
Well, they had a lot of interest in you.
Oh, yeah. No, I ended up on a jury, which was was fine.
It was
fine. But
you actually said it was an interesting experience. And you had, there was like some debate among the jurors about what's what, and you came to a decision.
There was no debate.
There was no debate? Okay.
We deliberated for about 90 seconds.
And said, nope.
They put you in the room, and you have to knock to come out. And no sooner did they put us in there and close the door, and we all were like, he's innocent. And I thought I was going to have to fight for the guy. No, everyone was like, this is BS. So we all, signed our names and knocked on the door, and the guy was like, what? Because I swear we hadn't been in there 2 minutes.
Here we go.
But I love that. According to the prophecy.
According to prophecies. So that was 2 ounces.
Oh, Future's So Bright. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one, Robert.
All right, so what was in this again? 2 ounces of the coconut rum. I cranked up the coconut rum.
Stephen Wright.
Half ounce of peach schnapps. I'm using the peach liqueur from just Giffard. Yeah, I think it's Giffard. Yeah, that's actually quite nice. It called for 3 ounces each of pineapple and orange. That's just a way to make a bigger drink. I'm using 2 ounces each.
Oh, okay. Carl's talking about Deteriorata.
Deteriorata's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ken remembers Deteriorata. We used to play that from the album Radio Dinner.
Noise and waste. And remember what comfort there may be in owning a piece thereof.
Calls for a half ounce of grenadine. I'm actually just using straight up pomegranate. I wanted to actually take this a little more tart.
Altered this recipe yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what have you done?
So let's see.
What have you done?
Make that 2 ounces of coconut.
Okay.
The peach liqueur is good. The orange is good. The pineapple juice is good. Make it a half ounce of pomegranate. This is my feet.
Instead of grenadine.
Instead of grenadine. You could use grenadine. If you have a good grenadine, it would be fine. I was just thinking this is sweet enough. And what the heck?
Have you put any sour in it?
No, I'm not going to do that. So
okay.
Make that, you know what? I'm going to try it and see where this needs to go.
Okay. I'm here for you.
This is a building glass over the ice. This is a big hurricane. You're going to get one of these things at the beach. It's going to be way too sweet.
I was going to say, it looks like a beach drink.
It's a beach drink. Definitely need some sour because this is just all go.
Oh, that's a good one, Michael. The one from Willy Wonka. Yeah, there's no earthly way of knowing.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a crazy, crazy song.
Hi, Elizabeth.
3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice or lime juice. Doesn't matter.
Amy, hello.
There you go.
Good
Carefully.
to see you.
And I'm going to throw some bitters in that, too, because I'm not going to like that. I think I will throw down on the ginger bitters, and that will help things.
John said, someone told me that if you're on jury duty and you don't want to be assigned a case, bring a math book to read. Lawyers don't want analytical minds, apparently. Good tip.
Back in the day, that would have gotten you off in 10 seconds. Today, I think you can fog a mirror, you're in, because
this system 1999.
in this state is really desperate.
Oh, Lisa had jury duty, stayed all week and never got picked. I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't had to show up yet. My number hasn't come up.
Let's see what we got here.
So I have one more day. I've got to call in tomorrow night and see if I have to go in Friday, but otherwise.
Decorate with edible hibiscus. And I should have an umbrella in there. Where's our umbrellas? I know where they are.
You know what? I wouldn't drink it for like a cocktail before dinner, but sitting on the beach, I'd drink this. Oh, Aaron. Okay, that's a great idea. Aaron's saying we should vlog our room crawl shenanigans. Maybe we will. Glendora loves to be on camera, so.
Yeah, it is. Well, she's got her own show.
Oh, My City Was Gone. Okay, there's a whole playlist happening here.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to move this out of the way, too. This is
Storm is coming in like the nothing from Neverending Story. Oh.
There we go. Much better.
Okay. What did you add to this?
Okay, go back to it and I'll tell you what's what. So I added 3/4 ounce of lemon or lime. That doesn't really matter in this drink. And I think that's a good amount. You could add up to an ounce and I think it'd be fine. Otherwise it starts getting too tart.
Okay.
But there's a lot of sweet juice in there. And it's got the coconut rum is a little sweet. The peach liqueur is a little sweet. You notice how originally this says no sour and you're like sweet, 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 sweet. This is what I call one of those junky beach drinks. Well, we just improved it by putting the sour in the soured up and putting in some bitters. 5 dashes of the ginger bitters. That helps. Angostura would definitely be indicated here.
I'd drink it on the beach.
That once again, it's like you're saying,
it.
This is not some sort of like pre-prandial kind of cocktail thingy.
Yeah,
no, this is a beach drink through and through. But you can definitely throw some actual sour in there. Don't forget the pink umbrella.
I'm not ordering it at a fine restaurant before my meal, but on the beach.
You'd order at the Hawaii Kai?
That's true.
If you can only go to the Hawaii Kai.
Okay, what else?
Anyway.
You put in some bitters, right?
Yes, I did. 5 dashes of the ginger bitters.
Ah.
Yeah, that's messing you up. But if you used Angostura in this, that would be perfectly fine. If you are not able to find that, something's wrong because all of your supermarkets have it. You should definitely have the standard Angostura and the orange.
It's nice and large.
Yeah, it's large and in charge.
I'll be making one that's nice and large later,
It fills the glass nicely, and I tell you, one thing that was for sure yesterday was that no matter what you had in a glass that was cold with a hell of a lot of ice and a lot of fluid was a good idea. It was really, really, really burning up. For 2 days.
Oh, Andrew, we won't make it work. Don't worry.
I don't feel dirty.
We might not be on for long, but we should definitely do it. I don't feel dirty.
Class dismissed. We literally got back at, I found my neighbor over there who's usually working from like late until early in the morning. I said, you got to go to work? No. It's like, you want a little? He's like, sure. So made like a set of QB coolers and brought them over. They appreciated it. It was hot.
They were very fluid.
They were very cold.
Okay, so Amy reminded me today while I was at ShopRite
Heatwave.
to look for the Old Bay goldfish crackers. Right. Limited edition Old Bay seasoned goldfish. We're going to crack them open and try it.
Crack those crackers. I'm going to bust some things off of here. Onto our bus table.
Oh, I'm getting all these tips for getting out of jury duty. I love it.
Not going to work anymore, folks. They're desperate for people.
He got out of it, though.
I did not get out of it.
He wasn't trying to get out of it, but they dismissed him.
The first time that I tried,
he was unacceptable.
That I got called for jury duty in this county, it's got to be like 2006 maybe, and I went through the whole process, and then these two lawyers, one of the lawyers takes a look at my employment and what the hell I do, and he's like, you should have seen his eyes bug out, and he talks to the lawyer, he's like, we're going to dismiss you. So that was it, and I didn't get called back. The second time, I was there 3 days, and they didn't call me, and they're like, that's it, you're done. I just didn't get called.
He works for an insurance company, so as soon as they heard insurance company, they were like, you can leave.
And I work in the legal department. So that was it. That was the end of it. But actually, just like about 3-4 years ago,
Lisa.
One of the lawyers working with us got called, and he served. A lawyer.
Thank you, Lisa. All
right, so here we go.
All right, Old Bay.
Trying them out.
Goldfish Old Bay crackers.
Good. I would eat this whole bag. No.
Mm-hmm. Those are good.
Agreed.
Yeah, they would. Seafood casserole. Mm-hmm.
I actually got called for a jury, and
I have a couple more.
Queens, and they did actually. I got to the questioning phase, and they were saying, "Now listen." They described the trial. All of the testimony was from police, and when you looked at what the specs were, it's like this guy didn't have a chance. I think he basically like robbed and or killed somebody, and then ran right into the arms of the police outside of the joint.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, well, that was that for that. But they were asking, do you have any issue with police testimony? And I thought about my friend who really got railroaded once, and I said, well, they said, you're done. So,
well, you were honest.
I was honest about it. I mean, it gave me pause. I didn't think that there was anything in particular about that case that I wouldn't actually trust about that testimony. The way it was actually described, it just sounded very cut and dry.
Oh, Eric saw a butterbeer recipe today. We had a butterbeer recipe from Plymouth Plantation. We've never tried to make it, but...
Plymouth had that?
Yes, Old Bay flavored goldfish. They're good. They're good. Look for them. Yeah, they're good.
Take a look. See if you can find them. I will say this about these in particular.
Yes, Amy says, yay, limited edition weird food items. Exactly. I love that.
I recently found Old Bay flavored potato chips. I think it was Utz is making those. They're from Pennsylvania,
so
they're pretty close for us. And I like the Old Bay seasoning. We have the seriously massive container of it. It usually comes in a little cylinder. We get one that's this tall, and it's getting low. Good grief. We have to get more.
Thanks, Lisa.
I use that on a lot of stuff, and would certainly using crab boil and all that kind of stuff. That'd be great. Well, so I tried these potato chips, and I realized that it's basically their regular potato chips with the usual amount of salt, and then the Old Bay. And it was like double salt. I'm like, wow, these are brackish. I mean, I just thought it was too much. If they had just not salted the chips and then throw the Old Bay on, Perfect. That would have been great. The seasoning mix is great. We use it on French fries all the time. Super. I'll take some of those.
Oh, Sam says I have Old Bay sunflower seeds. That sounds good.
Target.
Target. Okay.
Target has some really.
I was at ShopRite, or as we call it here, because we overheard a woman in the store talking about the ShopRite.
The ShopRite.
It's very Glendora. We got them at the ShopRite.
Some years back, one of the local chains decided to switch up their branding, and
Biggs puts them out.
And they installed what one of the local gals at the supermarket was calling a Futterruckers.
She's like, I went to the Futterruckers.
Futterruckers is actually gone. They've installed something else. It's Chipotle or something? Frontera.
I've never been.
No.
It's Frontera.
I'm sure
it's certainly popular. I think Frontera must have a happy hour because that place is popular.
You got this impression that the margaritas there are in a glass shaped like this tall. Yes, you would be correct.
Oh, Jamie says, yep. That's Old Bay. Make a great crust for battered seafood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I love that idea.
Good thing.
Well, they're good. And I bought two, so I'm glad we like them.
They will go down fast. I can eat a fairly infinite number of goldfish. All right.
Okay.
Old Bay seasoning, and I wonder if it actually...
Elizabeth's talking about they did a Harry Potter themed birthday. Harry Potter themed birthday. I can talk.
Say it 4 times fast.
Made butter beer. Oh, okay. How'd it come out? How'd you like it?
Yeah, interesting.
Oh, the mixtures of seasonings that are in Old Bay. What?
All right.
You want me to go grab the can?
No, because you know what it's going to tell you? It's going to tell you 3 things you recognize and then spices. It's a proprietary mix, but I'll tell you what is definitely in there. I think it's got cayenne,
salt,
and the kicker is cayenne, garlic powder, and
paprika.
What is it? What is the real flavor that you're definitely getting is celery salt. Celery salt.
Definitely a celery salt.
So if you're thinking about that, kind of sounds like what you'd use to season up a
MSG.
What you'd use to season up a Bloody Mary. Bingo.
Garlic powder, MSG.
Yeah. But that might be in the crackers. I don't think that Old Bay has MSG.
No, I'm reading the Old Bay seasoning part.
Okay.
Sugar.
I don't think the standard Old Bay has MSG.
Baking soda, yeast, non-fat milk. Paprika, I was right. Paprika.
Paprika. Having some more.
Yeah. Celery is like one of the last ingredients, actually, and onion powder.
The celery salt is the critical flavor component of these. You taste it, you're like, oh yeah, it's got celery salt. It's actually one of the critical flavors in a New York system wiener, which you cannot get in New York State for hell or high water. You got to go to Rhode Island, typically Providence, to find these things.
Oh yes, Errol was talking about. Lisa and I laughed at the name of Fuddruckers and eventually transformed into the movie Idiocracy. I love Idiocracy. Idiocracy is a good one to watch before the Ohana kickoff party, too.
Yeah. Speaking of your dystopian futures.
Oh, yeah. Old Bay and crab cakes. I use it if we're making shrimp. I'll do it in the water. Yep. So good.
Great for boil.
Yep.
The can actually tells you if you want to make a crab boil, you put on like a couple of cans of beer, you put on like about a half a cup of the Old Bay, blah, blah, blah.
Booger flavored ones. What?
We are seriously getting gross here. I'm just saying.
Paprika. What kind of name is paprika?
I'm just saying. I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, Lisa. In fact, they make a Bloody Mary mix that has Old Bay in it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do.
We've never had it, but they do make it.
I got to say that it's not your favorite kind of thing. In January, we were at the Inuhele event.
We were getting a lot of votes for an Old Bay here
in Atlanta. And it was a Sunday night, and the bartenders were just giving stuff away. And the guy hands me a bottle of
getting hot.
Phil,
are you still here?
Gassed up Bloody Mary mix. It was a standard Bloody Mary mix to which they'd added a bunch of stuff. He said, "Here." And I'm like, "Oh, great! I got to get rid of this now." So I said, "Yeah, I can get rid of that." So I found a party of 20 and said, "Anybody for Bloody Marys?" Sure. And I poured myself one just for kicks. Added the shot of vodka, and I said, "You know what? This is good. This is actually really good." I'm not a really big fan because I'm not a huge fan of the tomato juice, but with all the spices, just like that day in particular, it felt like I was like restoring some electrolytes or something.
Oh, Andrew misses Fuddruckers. I don't think I was ever in the one here. John says, I'm guessing you've experimented with Old Bay on Spam. I don't think we have, actually.
Haven't done that.
Well, Ohana is coming in 3 weeks.
We usually don't season the Spam. The Spam takes care of itself.
We could, though.
But I will tell you what we definitely do. When you're making the slider, get the bun of choice. You could have the
bun of choice.
Bun of choice might well be the sweet rolls, which are great.
Bun of choice just sounds like a band name.
Bun of choice. Band of joy. The roll, the slider, some sriracha mayo, and 3 of those pickled jalapenos. That's the killer app right there. You want to use some pickled onions? That's good. You want to throw some other stuff, a few lettuce leaves? That's good.
See it.
But that's it right there. But I usually don't marinate the Spam. Spam takes care of itself. And you certainly don't need to add salt.
Spam takes care of itself.
It takes care of itself. But, oh yes.
Oh, for my beautiful assistant, Marcy. Oh.
Old Bay hot sauce.
I love it, Marcy. Thank you.
Would absolutely positively add some hot sauce to these things. And I know that adds a kick of salt too. I just said that I don't need to add, but I would do that.
It is hot in here.
The one thing I definitely do with the Spam, if you want my secrets, Winkler secrets.
Oh yeah, interesting. Old Bay hot sauce and Spam. That does sound good.
The kicker, the big secret to whatever I do with Spam is low and slow, like any kind of barbecue. You just like let it fry until you render a lot of grease. Right before it completely stiffens up, you're perfect.
Wait, what? I go back to YouTube. You guys are talking about dog vomit. What?
Oh boy, it's those beans. The jelly beans.
Old Bay mayo would be amazing, Carl.
Mm-hmm. That could be done easily. I'm frequently throwing it on French fries. I make French fries on the grill out there. I've got a griddle top. I just cut up the potatoes, start frying them up, throw the burgers on. Those fries are done in no time. They're brilliant. Just turn them a few times, you're done. And then I'll throw the Old Bay on top of that. That's great seasoning.
Ooh, buffalo chicken dipped Old Bay. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. I hope you can decipher that. I think I did decipher it.
We did? But boy, did spell correct mutilate that to hell. Wow. Not your friend tonight. It's never my friend, I'll tell you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lisa, you could send them to me. I'll put. Well, actually, you could just send. Yeah, we should. Let me just scroll up. Oh, that's not working. Mm-hmm. You should be able to go to our YouTube channel and send us a message.
Yeah.
If that fails, Kelly at velveteenlounge.com will reach me.
That'll get there. Hey, my umbrella. Get back in there.
I thought you were going to do the one that's stuck to the glass.
I didn't.
Clearly.
Of course, the one that sticks to the glass we sell. Well, we don't sell it, but it's in our Amazon store. So if you do not have those little umbrellas from Fred, take a look. I should use one in the next round. That'd be a great idea. I just felt like this was a big all umbrella drink, and it is. And you get that hurricane glass. I think that works. This is actually a specialty glass that it was made for the Ohana, the Lake event. It actually says Tiki Motorin. This is a repro of one of the glasses from the 60s. So that's a lot of fun. We have a couple of those. Oh, Old Bay Inca corn.
Oh.
You know, there's that way that you can get corn on the street in Mexico City, where it's just like the roasted corn on the cob, and it's usually been on the grill, so it's a little charred, and then they throw on like some, I think, butter and...
Ooh, buffalo chicken dip. That sounds really good.
And there's like a spice mixture that goes on top of that. That is probably, it's not Old Bay they would throw on, but it's probably actually tahini. And that sounds really great. And I think they can throw a little bit of cheese on top. Yeah.
The extra spicy tahini.
Now there's some Mexico City street food right there.
Love that.
Yeah. Yum.
I should have gotten corn today.
But you didn't do it.
I was at the store. I didn't.
Oh, well. We still have time. We can come back. Corn on the cob. The grill is open. We're definitely happy.
I'm not going back tonight.
I tell you, and as far as fries go, I usually throw a little oil on the grill. It takes care of everything. Lately, I've been using some fat, and it was when I have a whole ton of fat left over from when we did the duck. That renders a huge, huge amount of duck fat. I've been using that. It makes great fries.
Oh, Lisa, I'm excited to see. Wait. Elizabeth says, we usually play a game where you spin the wheel on a box, get a color, and the box comes 2 beans of the same color One could be chocolate pudding, the other dog food. It's all about the risk.
Risk.
What? Oh.
Did you hear that, John? They're playing Risk.
Old Bay mashed potatoes.
A different kind of Risk.
That
Oh.
sounds amazing.
Hey. Mm-hmm.
We have potatoes. We could try that.
We could try that.
Oh, tahini spice. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know I was name checking the right thing. There's that spice mixture they use.
I agree. So good.
Trader Joe's, the aforementioned, has a chili lime powder that you can sprinkle on. That's also on popcorn. I can name check that. I've tried. That's good.
A tall glass.
I had reason to head to a neighboring county within the past 6 months and found out that I was thinking to myself, where's the nearest Trader Joe's? It was like 1.25 miles from where I was. I'm like, well, I'm going there. And then I had to go back. I had to take care of some notary stuff. So I said, well, hells, I'm going back to Trader Joe's. So you were asking me, I was asking you, what do you want me to check into? Found a couple of spice mixes.
Oh my gosh.
Big fun.
Amy says, I'm going to an asparagus festival on Saturday in the asparagus capital of the world, Hadley, Massachusetts. Wow.
That's Hadley.
Wow.
Hilarious. I would do that.
Hey.
I like asparagus. Good for you.
Oh my gosh. I would.
Elotes. There we go.
Yes.
Esquites. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lisa, I think you would enjoy it. You should pick some up.
Check it out.
Some Old Bay.
You can get it in a small little cylinder so you can try it out. Once you realize you want to put it on everything, you can buy a really huge container.
It's okay, Eric. Don't worry about it.
Please.
Okay, so, Michael, I'm glad you're here because I got this idea. And I think this is going to be a little bit awkward because I haven't tried it yet. And I want to make sure I don't overflow my glass. So I think I'm going to make a half size. And then, if there's room, I'll add. Okay. But I'm calling this one Sit a Spell.
Yoink.
And it's going to be a sparkling lemonade gin.
Sounds like a fun idea to me.
So I'm going to start by putting some ice. This glass was stored upside down, so it's not full of dead bugs.
Not a good thing?
Yay!
We don't actually collect dead bugs, but this room is old porous.
Well,
this
it's
is good.
Porch.
It's good in the summer.
It's a porch.
It is actually screened in.
All right. I'm starting with just a little bit of ice.
So in the summer, you can crank the louvers open, and it does get much cooler, which is good, unless it's really, really beastly.
I'm going to start with my gin.
But of course, it will let in all sorts of dust and whatnot, and insects will find their way in because that's what they do. Once they get in, there's no way out, and it's too hot, and they die. Where do they die? Inside your glassware. I don't know why.
Do you have a
but this is what happens.
Measure?
I do, and it's behind you, right next to, and there you go.
Okay.
Do I have the one outside up? Yes, I do.
I'm going to start with
Pony in a
1
shot.
ounce of I'm building this in my glass with ice. 1 ounce of gin.
I'm just wolfing down all of these goldfish over here. Getting
really good.
My daily supply of fish, like the Surgeon General recommends.
And then keep this handy because it's looking like I will probably have space. I'm going to do 1 ounce of my fresh lemon juice.
You got space. Do it for real. Do the whole thing.
No, I think it might. We'll see. I'm doing a half size right now.
Yep.
And if there's space, I'll do a full size.
Okay.
1 ounce of fresh lemon juice.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
1 ounce of simple syrup. Wow.
It's quite a bit of syrup. Why do they go poofed?
Like, is it starting to?
And all it is sugar syrup.
Turn into alcohol? Okay.
Well, that will be interesting.
And then 4 ounces of my sparkling water.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's, I still need to put more ice in it. But okay.
Put the ice first because.
Well, no, I'm going to put a little bit of this in.
You want to keep it cold on the way you go.
Well,
so you're actually going to measure out 4 ounces. Okay.
I'm going to, yeah, I want to see what it's like for real.
Okay. 4 ounces is an approximation when you're making a lemonade.
I think there'll be room for more.
I think there will be
even if I do like another half.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, I'll put in more ice and then we'll see. Okay. So, did you bring out more straws?
I did not.
Really?
You didn't tell me you were making this thing with this thing.
I said bring straws. That's okay.
I bet you can. No, actually, we don't have straws. I'll get straws.
No, I was going to swizzle it.
Mm-hmm. Swizzle to your heart's content.
I will, but I'll swizzle and you can still bring me a straw. Yeah, all that ice is melting because wasn't much ice. Okay. But we'll try it and see what we think, because we might want to adjust on the fly. How's that straw coming? It's coming, he says.
Yeah, it's coming.
All right, I'm going to go back and look at comments. Oh boy. Okay. Wait. Instant coffin. Oh, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Julie. Good to see you. All right.
Glad to see you.
Did I miss anyone else showing up? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold
Take a look.
on.
You were mixing.
I was mixing.
I was mixing.
Hi, Biscus.
Hey, it's Biscus is here. Bugs are thirsty.
This is really good. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, the bugs are thirsty.
I gotta add more.
And there's no fluid in here, and then it gets hot, and it just bakes and bakes. I mean,
Okay.
literally, all the plastic plants start shedding leaves in here, and you think
They seriously
they're
do.
plastic plants.
Yep.
So I
Plastic
can't even
plants
explain
shed
it.
leaves. All right, I'm gonna do another ounce of gin.
I'm gonna try
Another
this.
ounce of, yeah. Sip it down because I'm gonna add more. Have more. Go
Okay.
for it.
She
Go
commanded
for
me.
it.
She commanded, didn't she?
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's
so
refreshing.
I'm gonna do another ounce of
If
gin.
it was 150 degrees in here right now, I would suck down half of that and be like, so much better. Electrolytes. You know, it's got electrolytes.
Speaking of idiocracy.
Big idiocracy. Boom,
All
boom,
right.
boom.
So, another ounce of gin.
So, Julie, I believe we will very likely see you up at the lake within no time at all. If not, well, we'll see you the next time. But I hope so.
Out of lemon juice.
Good grief.
Gotta juice more.
I juiced so
Said
much,
we needed
too.
a lot. Okay.
I gave you a lot.
Another ounce of simple syrup.
Well, you know, if some of those old bay goldfish happen to appear at our table circa Saturday, that would not be refused at all. I would just have to be convinced to not suck them all down myself.
Oh, this is actually gum syrup. What did you do to make this? It's simple syrup, but it's
simple syrup.
Thicker.
I have frequently used the Demerara sugar to make simple.
That's a good one to use.
And it's got a lot of good molasses flavor to it. It's nice. It's not like a brown sugar flavor, but it is a bit of molasses. The Demerara can frequently be found for very good prices in the ethnic section at the supermarket.
Or just, actually at our supermarket,
section.
it's just in the baking aisle. But
there we go. International section, however they want it. I want to slash that. But the fact is that there's one brand that will charge you quite a bit for it, and then all of the brands that are made by companies that are dealing in the Latin American market actually are much better price, so bear that in mind. And if you make that, you'll get a nice syrup. Now, what I actually made was something called gum syrup, which is what?
Ooh.
What this is.
Do you hear the thunder?
Yep, I hear it.
No, I know you do.
Yes, I do.
So let's see if you hear the thunder.
So gum syrup is nothing more than simple syrup to which you've added some gum arabic. Gum arabic is a thickener. It's a tree resin that comes...
thickening.
It's thickening. It comes from somewhere in the peninsula, Arabian Peninsula, that is. It is frequently to be found in food products for that purpose. And if you throw it into your simple syrup, it actually gives us sort of a silky feel to that. And I think when you were using very high proof liquor back in the 19th century, that was a good idea. That's what that era is from. The gum arabic is darker, and that's why that sugar syrup is darker. I will also say that if you try to make that yourself, it's a pain in the neck. So use at your own peril. But I had a lot of fun trying the stuff out, and we're using it.
So, sit a spell.
Oh,
just sparkling lemonade with gin. 2 ounces gin, 2 ounces fresh lemon juice, 2 ounces simple syrup, 8 ounces sparkling water. And you could use a flavored sparkling water if you wanted to be frisky. It's good.
Don't want to get frisky on you or anything. That is a good thing. You could actually take that down very slowly for a while. It's actually strong enough that the dilution is not going to kill it. I got it. Sam's talking about another one of these apocalyptic songs, Silent Running. Michael Mechanics. Speaking of your Genesis.
Oh, Julie, yep.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah. No, Hannah, okay.
Lemonade.
We'll see you the next time. Oh, how about that? Hey! That's hot stuff.
Well, congratulations for that.
Yep. Yeah, definitely recommend trying the dem and see what that gets. It's a good thing to use when you're making all of these types of liqueurs too. If you want to make pimento liqueur,
Oh, Lisa.
Demerara is a good thing to use.
Lisa wants to make gum syrup now. Yay!
My advice on this: the gum arabic comes as these pellets. They're like little chunks.
I know.
You're supposed
Julie
to-
will miss you.
We will miss you. When you're supposed to like heat up your sugar syrup and then start dissolving this in, the gum arabic will immediately turn into a big congealed mess and stick to everything. You have to stir, stir, stir. So I'm thinking, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but that wasn't quite it. So look this up online, see who has licked this problem before I advise you to do that, and give it a try, because I found it in our local Indian market. It was really cheap. It wasn't outside of being a pain in the neck to use. It does its job. It actually makes a fairly thick syrup. So try that out.
It
And then
really
you can
sucked down those crackers, by the way.
you put those in front of me, and I tend to eat them,
Or more.
which I did.
Yay.
But you know what? A little lining to the stomach is a good idea.
One serving is 55 pieces.
I think I've had that already. That is 4,000 calories. Good grief.
I don't know how anyone who counts their goldfish crackers, but if you
No.
do.
If you were counting the gal, you could easily count out 55 of these and say, put them in a little bag.
Oh my gosh.
Done deal.
Jamie says it's officially summer in North Carolina. The skeeter truck just rolled past the house. Wow. That seems very exotic to us.
That sounds
We
like
need a skeeter truck.
that sounds like Nolan's with the street cleaning trucks. They have the street cleaning trucks because of all the bars and all the people who are drinking, and well, you know, the day
I
after
feel like we
they
should
gotta
have
clean
a
up.
skeeter truck.
I could use one in the backyard.
Yeah.
I need one of those foggers like my uncle did before our wedding. He
I
fogged.
was just thinking
He
of
actually asked us, "Would you like me to fog the yard?" We're like, "Yeah, do that." As soon as
You
out
can
there with
do
the thing,
that?
bzzz. I'm like, I know it's been banned by the Geneva Convention, but I don't want my guests to get eaten alive. I mean, you're right near the water.
that. Forget our guests.
At that
I didn't want
location.
to get eaten alive.
I don't want to get eaten alive. I was fairly actually covered for our wedding, but you were not. So
Well, I was clothed, but yeah.
you had exposure, and they love you.
He was wearing a suit.
See, I was
I
fine.
was wearing a sleeveless dress,
Mhm.
but yeah. Although they seem to bite you now too, don't they?
Oh, they've always loved my heels. If I'm out there without socks on, they will chow on my ankles like mad.
Ugh.
Mad. So I gotta watch. I really just need to grab the thing and give myself a spritz, because there's no need to be skeeter food. Yep.
Oh, John's been reading nutrition labels lately. I kind of do, just like I'm like that, but
The term that you are looking at, of course, is what is making this taste more like what you want to eat, and that is a term which we found in a book that is simply known in the industry as flavor solutions. What? This is the stuff they put you on food that's bland to make it good to eat.
what's that book called? I'm going to recommend this book if I can remember what
I mean,
it's called.
essentially, Old Bay is a flavor solution. I just think that it's also a spice mix, and it's a totally reasonable thing. But if you want to overload on MSG and salt and sugar, flavor solutions. That's what they put in
What's
animal
that
feed
called?
to make the animals want to eat more of it, so they can fatten up the animals for slaughter. There you go. That's a good image.
All right, I'm trying to find this because
It's going to be tough. I
what was
remember
this book called?
you actually got this.
It was something kind of provocative.
Mm-hmm. But it's all about the food industry, the packaged food industry, and what has to go in there to make things palatable. And I think if your food is so bland to start with, wow. But many things are. The other thing is, like, with the big trend towards reducing fat in foods, what do you have for flavor? That's usually compensated for with sugar. What your body does with sugar is process it and make fat. So there you go. It's really the catch-22 of food. There's a whole thing
But
about
they put
watching
the-
the amount of processed food you use.
They put the flavor solutions in animal feed too. It's like it's not just for people.
Like I said, to fatten up the animals for slaughter.
Okay, I wasn't listening, but
Yep. Doritos, full of flavor solutions.
yep.
Yeah, are they delicious? Of course, you would eat the whole
I
bag.
searched on books. Why is it?
Why is it giving me
It's
Doritos?
just giving me Doritos.
You can't read Doritos.
All right,
Anyway.
hold on.
The other thing, now I was just talking about processed food. Now, the kicker is, and I was in a good seminar once talking about this. If you take a look at foods that you see out there, like, is this processed food? Is this processed food? Almost everything is a processed
The Dorito
food.
effect. It's called the Dorito effect.
Okay.
So if you want to read an interesting book about flavor solutions, read the Dorito effect.
Mm-hmm.
It
Fun.
smells. Oh, hi, Aaron. Good to see you. I love MSG. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, MSG makes food sing, I believe is the quote. An individual pack of Bugles has almost as much saturated fat as a double quarter pounder with cheese.
Bugles, of course, are
boy.
nothing more than extruded corn snacks. I believe that's known in the industry as, what do they call that? I need to remember how they do this. It's actually a cornmeal mix that gets puffed up into that sort of lattice bugle shape. I always thought those were great as a kid.
Eric says,
but they are way too salty.
Buffet for mosquitoes. I'm sorry.
Way too salty. They're deep fried. Forget it. And the simple fact is, there are other things you could eat that would kind of kick that crave without going crazy.
Errol says, a fogger? That's what I call the cars I drive. Oh my God.
Oh, we got a couple people who are interested to try the gum Arabic. Again, look this up online. Try to find a better technique than what I used.
Peter.
Because my technique was put the gum Arabic in and stir like hell. And it took me like an hour to get it all incorporated. And it was still a sticky mess. Really, really, what a pain in the neck.
Onion headline. Doritos has now added 1 millionth ingredient.
Seriously.
Yeah, read the Dorito effect if you're interested in flavor solutions.
You'd be interested.
You're not gonna. I read it and I still eat Doritos, so it's not one of these things that's gonna scare you off of.
I'm wolfing these down.
One of the things that gives you pleasure in life. It just is entertaining and slightly strange.
I don't think the problem is the humble Dorito. I think the problem is the entire bag of them as a meal.
Yeah,
is not a great idea.
Well, that's the thing. The flavor solutions are designed to make you keep eating them, but you can't eat just one.
Which means mindless eating, and that is your problem right there. Be mindful when you eat.
Remember when every kitchen had accent? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think we do still have some accent, don't we?
It's a little old. It might have lost some of its characteristic, but at the end of the day, it's just monosodium glutamate.
It is really booming here.
Yeah.
With thunder.
We got things happening. Well, the plants look a little thirsty, so I'm glad enough for that.
Well, I didn't
been thriving out there, so I'm still glad enough for that.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah, why bother watering?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lisa heard it. Yeah, wow, thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, Carl says my cat used to love chewing on Doritos. He was a spicy boy. Oh. Cat food is packed with food flavors. Oh, wow.
Oh, and I see what you're talking about there.
Oh, Elizabeth, I see what you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
And, quite frankly, anything outside of bacteria consuming those droppings is a pretty bad idea.
Oh, okay. Aaron says, Tiki question. Have you ever used the now discontinued ingredient coconut snow? I just heard about it the other day. We have a can of coconut snow from back in the day that we've never opened and probably never will. But
it's been opened. It was from a friend. I have not used it.
Yeah, I don't think we haven't had it, but
it's pretty old. I bet the flavor's pretty shot. But I remember seeing a drink that called for it. I was interested to try it. So who knows? One of these days, I may find a substitute.
No.
You can find coconut powder. This is a baking ingredient that you can find from
lightning. Did you see the lightning?
Mm-hmm. You can find that from such venerable places as King Arthur, which sells some great stuff online. So I would try that. And drinks.
His brother Rudy were in UFO.
Talk about your classic unsung English hard rock bands. Yeah, baby.
Mm.
They started out so long ago. They were doing gigs with Jimi Hendrix, and then eventually they just became a sort of a 70s hard rock boogie band, a lot like, who am I thinking of?
My fan back.
Oh, I'm totally spacing on the name of this, who I'm thinking of.
Describe.
I could. but basically I'd be describing Spinal Tap. And that's not who I'm thinking of. No. It'll come to me. Anyway, I think I need to bust this
Planter's
and do
Punch?
something else.
Here, I have a place right here for it.
Lovely. I did bring along another straw, so I can do this sort of thing.
Would you like a glass like this?
I would like a glass like one of those Trader Vic chimneys.
Okay.
I think that'd be just perfect.
All right.
It's about time to do another one. I'm doing another tall one.
Oh.
This one will be simpler and is awfully refreshing. It's so refreshing, it's awful. Thank you.
Swing.
Swing.
It was upside down, so.
So it's not all dusty.
Do you need ice?
I would love
All
to
right.
ice. Fill with ice,
Do
please.
that.
Status quo is who I was thinking of.
Did
70s
you say
English
cold
boogie band.
ice?
I'm sorry?
Sounds like you said cold ice.
Well, I would definitely like cold ice, but that's not what I asked for.
What did you ask for?
Fill with ice is what I said?
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go. Huh.
I heard cold ice.
I was talking
I was going
about
to give you hot ice.
one of these 70s hard rock boogie bands, Status Quo. Had one big hit in the 60s, and then they had a bunch of hits in the UK, never to be heard from again
Is that enough? You
in
want
the
more?
States until they played, I believe, Live Aid? Anyway, that's fine. That's good. Okay, so the way to make this, you know what? We're out of juice. I gotta go get some juice.
Oh,
I gotta go
yeah.
get some juice. Let's
Gotta
go get the juice.
Squeeze another lemon.
Do you think you would like some more juice for whatever reason?
Do they have coconut snow on Amazon to flavor ice shavings? Oh, they do have coconuts. I see what you're saying, Lisa. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Would you like some more juice squeezed?
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
I will if you need it.
Oh, Coco Carib. I do remember that. I do remember that. I'm just catching up. Oh, okay, yeah. In a lot of Latin kitchens. I can totally see that. I remember reading, there was an article in the New York Times, like, I don't know, probably 10 years ago, about MSG. And they were interviewing a lot of people who own Chinese restaurants and such, and they were saying, it makes food sing. So that's what I always think of that. It makes food sing. Oh, Lisa, I know. I wish we could play background music, too. I think my extras called him my water extra wet. Oh, tea punch. We've had tea punch. I don't know if we've ever made it. Oh, Mancini. That would be amazing. Instead, we just have the pouring rain playing behind us. That would be great. Oh, Tiki with Ray. Yeah. We know Ray. Did an episode on recreating coconut snow. All right, well, go look for that. If you're looking for coconut snow, you can DIY on that. Like Wessonality. I remember that. Florence Henderson. They must have just sent her a bag of money. Okay, yeah, all right. Yep, Tiki with Ray, everyone's saying. So yeah, recreating coconut snow. Oh, and the scorpions. Okay, yep. Oh, I'm losing context here. Makes the drink frothy. Yes, there are a number of things you can do to make your drink frothy. You can make it somewhat frothy with even pineapple juice, make it a little bit frothy. But also, if you're up for it, an egg white. I know, I said it, an egg white. It's not vegan, obviously, but
Which is?
an egg white. Talking about making drinks frothy.
You could always use aquafaba. Apparently that works. No, definitely that works very well.
There's royalty-free island music you can play. Oh, yeah. We have to figure out how to play it. We can play it on another computer, maybe.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I don't think we could play it through this one, but we could find some royalty.
I could put in the background behind us, as long as we're not going to get nailed. As soon as you get a familiar song, one of these platforms is going to freak. So, that's the deal. So,
Chickpea
juice.
aquafaba.
Chickpea juice. Literally, the fluid from the can of chickpeas, drain it, whip it up, Suddenly you've got the foam. If you baked it, you would have meringue. You would have meringues. Literally, if you just drop them onto the baking sheet and done, they're indistinguishable. Add in the drink, shake it up and use it. Easier to use than cracking an egg. Had that at Rhode Island Spirits, I believe. I thought, that's great.
Oh, that's right.
That's just awesome.
I was about to say if we ever actually tried
totally
aquafaba in a drink, but yes, we did.
Yeah, baking ingredient, John. I think it's really just...
Oh, epidemic sound, yes.
Ground up coconut.
Yes.
Dried ground. Epidemic sound, okay.
Oh, yes, Amish paradise. Yes.
Hilarious. Yep, I did address that. You get ground up dried coconut.
Yep.
I think it's just ground up a lot more finely than the shredded coconut, is what we're talking about with coconuts now. Platter's Punch is the sort of thing you can get at every bar in the States.
You could saute the chickpeas with Old Bay.
And there you go. Good idea. You could bake those. Yeah, and make those like chickpea snacks.
You brought it full circle.
And here we are going around again. I'll make you even further full circle. Platter's Punch you can get in every bar in the States right now. Usually it's made with a lot of juice and fruit and all sorts of crap. Why bother with any of that? If you want something refreshing, make it simply. Make it the way Trader Vic would make it. And make it easy. Let's start with Angostura Bitters, which is over there. I want a nice heavy...
Uh-oh.
Whoops.
I dropped a goldfish.
I'll like a nice heavy shot, probably 3 dashes.
Need this spray. Wow, it is really pouring.
Yep. You next want to use a good 1.5 ounces of a dark rum.
Carl had a really good idea. You play vintage Hawaiian music pre-1923. It's public domain now.
Well, there's enough of that out there.
That's a great idea.
There's enough of that out there.
I love it.
I would like to try that and see if the machine prints me up anyway, because that would be fun to see.
So 3 dashes.
I'll use 4 dashes. Yeah, I'll use 4.
Oh, you already wrote this in.
I did write this in, yeah. Very good. This is really, really simple. You've seen this thing that involves pineapple juice and orange juice and a bunch of fruit and umbrellas and all this kind of stuff. Don't bother with any of that. Literally, this is your bitters filled in glass over ice. Chimney glass, fill it with ice. Your bitters in. I need the rum, please. We happen to have a handle of Myers. This is perfect for it. They used to sell this as Planter's Punch rum. Hello. There's the good stuff. I'm adding 1.5 ounces. My measure is slightly short, so I'm going to add a little bit more to get it up to speed.
Those crackers are really good.
A little addictive.
Man, I'm starting to worry about the people out on the highway.
Not good. Not good driving conditions.
Oh.
So, your bitters, your rum.
Oh, did you see the lightning again?
It's out there. Squeeze a lime, literally. Segment of lime, squeeze it in. With a good squeeze. Drop it right in there.
So
That's
is
how
this
to
it?
do that.
Everything is here?
Yep.
Okay.
Takes a dash of simple syrup too. You can omit that if you don't care. If you have ginger syrup, that's a great way to go.
Ooh, yummy.
Very good way to go. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add the simple syrup. Dash.
Wow, it is
That's
really
just
pouring.
to sweeten this up a little. The rum is fairly sweet. Add this back to you.
Yep.
And I happen to have the ginger bitters. I'm going to put that in there too, just for kicks. Add that ginger flavor. Now, so far, you've got a bunch of rum and a few things, and it's a shorty. Fill with seltzer.
Yeah.
Where is my seltzer? Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that's it. If you happen to have one of those charged seltzer bottles, it's really cool to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We got one of those. I need to get some cylinders and do that live.
Got it.
Because it's fun.
It's simple and delicious.
Okay.
Oh, Aaron, where are you? Aaron says you must be near me because I'm having the same weather.
We are certainly getting it. We're getting it hard. Take your metal straw and stir gently so as not to completely disturb the bubbles.
Oh.
Planter's Punch.
Aaron, we've never been on a cruise.
Oh, that's so good.
I feel like that's a big oversight.
I think so too.
I feel like we would be great cruise people. But yeah, because I love love boats, so we should do that. But bon voyage, enjoy. Oh, Aaron Aaron says you can play my tiki-inspired music for the... Oh, yes,
Oh.
Yule a Go-Go. Yes, we've definitely seen that video. Oh, thank you. That would be great. Thank you, Aaron.
Much appreciated. Oh, and final step, garnish with one of these little rubber umbrellas.
Oh, Jamie says air fryer chickpeas with Old Bay. You can thank me later. Okay.
We've got one. You
All
know
right,
about that.
all
Thank you,
right.
sir.
Oh, Lisa says I have Elvis Viva Las Vegas playing in my bar. No,
Oh,
that's
excellent.
always a good choice. Always a good choice.
We're all getting rain, aren't we? Except for the
So
Southwest, which could use it really badly.
That's really good.
The thing is, you could repeat this a couple of times. It's a tall one.
Hi,
it takes a while to take it down. Hey,
So good to see you. Oh, thank you.
I'm liking the pink too.
Oh,
This is really good.
Aaron's Staten
Very slow.
Island. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
We're in the Hudson Valley.
Yeah. So we get it. We get the rain, we get the snow, we get it all.
We're in the trough that is
Yeah.
the Hudson Valley.
Usually
we get
when
everything.
that big storm front that's dumping a ton of snow moves past, it kind of like stalls out around the Catskills and starts dumping on us. But past few years hasn't been that bad. You know, what can I say? But extreme weather, we've got it. We're going to get it. You're going to get it from here on in. Get used to it. As far as beachfront property, I advise not looking into that right now. You keep hearing stories about houses just washing away.
God.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
Real sad.
Shouldn't talk about it.
Real sad. We'll talk about something else.
Ugh.
Oh, there's a cousin out. Oh, yeah. Now you're talking, French.
Oh my gosh, that sounds great, Aaron.
Oh, wonderful. Good idea it is.
The vampires. Oh, yeah.
I think we know a few vampires on Staten Island, don't we? Well, something like that.
Do we?
Oh, no. They're not vampires. We know a few Satanists anyway. Yep. Actually, we know more than a few Satanists. We know a lot of Satanists, come to think of it. Yeah. As a religion goes, there's one thing I really like about it. They never come to my door. This would be the door they come to, too. Yeah. You have to find them.
Oh, what we do in the shadows takes place there.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Excellent.
Oh, Lisa, enjoy your air fryer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. We love ours. Talk about pasta and Chianti. Let's hope we don't end up like the Poseidon Adventure. I don't think you will.
No.
Yeah.
We're going to get soaked, though. My cellar is definitely going to get soaked. Everything's
No,
propped
he's
up
talking
down
about on their cruise.
on the cruise, yes.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
not
I'm
going to
sorry.
end up like
Oh, no.
Poseidon
No,
Adventure. You're going to have a great time.
Oh, that
It's
was
gonna be amazing.
a completely different part of the world. They were in the Mediterranean. Yeah. Hi, hilarious. So here's a little hot tip for you. At the bottom of the screen to your left, you see this little logo that says visit our Amazon store. These fun little umbrellas from Fred are actually featured in the store. These come in, I think, 6 different colors, and they designate your drink, so you know who's who. They are completely impervious
You
to
can
the
keep
effects
that
of
straight.
water and booze and etc. I think they're even a little heat proof. I think they're silicone. So definitely worth your time. They're really cool. They're not that much. And if you go to our store and find these and purchase them, we get a little cut. If you go to our store and do anything else after that, like purchase a refrigerator, we'd get a cut of that too. There's no kick in price. It's the same old, same old. But that helps us to run this little thing right here. So that's my big plug, Amazon store. There are other ways to help us out too.
Oh, the same storm. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Carl, I think you did.
Oh, yeah, easily. Northeastern. We are very near northeastern PA, so
We are.
you could literally be in the eastern quadrant of the state, and we would be maybe an hour and a half from you. At
Tops.
max. And we are actually 18 minutes from the nearest part of it.
I love Poseidon Adventure.
Oh, Poseidon is killer. Just killer.
Pasta and Chianti. Peter, I bought pasta today. Got to get some Chianti.
I'm making pasta.
Chianti makes me think of Silence of the Lambs.
A delicious liver and Chianti. Num num num.
But But I like Chianti.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good.
What am I reaching for?
Oh, the spray?
Yeah,
It's
spray.
right there.
Oh, it's behind me.
I put it behind you.
It's in front of me.
Wait, what? Elizabeth says, love Elvis. Apparently some Elvis corporate interest has filed an injunction blocking wedding chapels here in Vegas from doing Elvis impersonator themed weddings. What?
Well,
Isn't that like a Vegas institution?
that's basically propping up about 25% of the economy.
Wow,
So you think that
that's
somebody
so
needs,
weird.
some lawyer needs to meet with another lawyer and figure that one out. That's actually quite critical to the whole thing. Just saying.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure, Elizabeth, I'm sure you can. I'm
Yeah.
sure they won't let that happen, right?
Who are they?
They.
Well, you know, they.
Some Elvis corporate interest. That's so weird. I don't think that'll happen.
You know, large corporations have legal departments for a reason. I should know. I work for one.
Elvis copyright trolls.
And, you know, if you do have copyright material out there, you will defend it vigorously. Good idea. Is the Big E's image, is that specifically registered for certain things? Maybe that is a violation.
Fava
Well, I
beans and
still
a nice
think
Chianti.
all you damn lawyers get together and figure this one out, because that's a big thing. Very specifically.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa's been going through our store.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate
Much
that.
appreciated. Yes.
Oh, Paul, what are you snaking on? He's got a
Planter's Punch. Mm-hmm.
I've got one I'm calling Citaspell.
The
which is
Citaspell.
gin and sparkling lemonade. It's
So
really good.
they're a little similar. This one is sweeter and is a really, this is like electrolytes. This one is like,
Yeah.
it's fantastically hot and you're sweating. You get this and you restore some of that to the body. This one is
Going back to
a
Idiocracy.
similar idea.
Yeah,
It's
electrolytes.
quite a bit less sweet, but you could sweeten this up more. I mean, it's just a dash of the syrup. I think this is really great as a fairly dry drink. Very refreshing. You can take one of these down and then take another down, and you're not on the floor. It's just a big tall one filled with a lot of water.
Yes, Devin is correct. Elvis would have wanted the impersonators in Vegas. Exactly.
I think he kind of dug it. You know, it was just a thing, even at the time.
Aaron's watched a few documentaries about sommeliers on Hulu. Oh, okay.
Oh, Somm.
I would be interested in that.
When you say the Somm, people are usually thinking of something else. They're usually war buffs. Somm is a better idea, as in wine. Yeah, I take a look at that. That's a fascinating subject. And I say that because we enjoy wine, we enjoy red wine, we enjoy white wine, sparkling, and we don't
Enjoy it all.
get into these crazy expensive wines. I got to say, I've tried some and I thought, I don't think I'm really getting the bang for the buck out of it. With the more expensive liquors that have been sitting in a bottle for a while, I see what's going on there.
Oh, it's torrential.
So I get it.
It's like that here too, Lisa. With you.
Oh, and the Poconos. Yep.
Ugh, yep, it's like that here too. Our plants are getting drenched. That's why I didn't water.
Why bother?
We're getting it now.
I hope the seeds are okay. I specifically left them out to get wet, but now they're probably getting totally hammered. I could always go out there with a raincoat, take care of them. Our seedlets
What are you
really
gonna do?
Hmm?
What are you gonna do?
Put them in the tiki. No, put them in the annex. That's what I do. Other side of the house.
Oh my gosh, you're such a good plant parent.
I'm trying. You know, plant parenthood comes with responsibilities.
Oh,
And I
Aaron
accept
says,
them.
have you ever entered a home bartender or cocktail contest?
Nope. Never have.
No, I don't think so.
No. I'm not sure what's available to us.
I know.
Hmm.
So many of the contests that I've seen, like you have to work in a bar.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing some, I was like, oh, I would crush that. But it was like on the application, like which bar do you bartend at? I'm like, my own.
Maybe we should just
bar at
fill one of
home."
those out next time and say the Velveteen Lounge
No,
and see what happens.
it was for professional bartenders. And I was like,
Yeah, you're
oh,
professional.
okay. Well, I'm professional in the sense that what?
You give 2 hours of entertainment every Wednesday for 2 years now?
Yeah,
More.
but that's
I guess that's not enough.
Yeah.
Sorry, she doesn't qualify. Denied.
peanut butter and banana spirits. Call it the Elvis. Yeah, I get. You know, there is peanut liqueur.
There is.
Good.
Peanut castries is actually quite good. It's sweet, it's heavy, it's really designed to be an after dinner kind of thing.
Ooh,
Yep.
Dallas Tiki Week is having one where you can just submit, and Beach Bum Berry will be a guest judge. You know, actually, Ohana has a cocktail contest.
It does.
What am I talking about? Ohana has a cocktail contest, and I've never entered.
Nope.
It's always on Saturday.
We're always busy. Which
is right when we're having it's during the vending, so we've got our tent, and we're always setting up and grilling and whatnot, but I don't know, maybe some year I should throw my hat in. I think it's late this year. I don't think I could do it, but
you have to submit things ahead of time.
You have to submit ahead of time.
It used to not be that way, but things have changed. Oh, the question. Oh, for Earl, $60, no better than a 12. Here's the interesting thing about that actual price point. I did a seminar.
And with you, Errol.
Yeah, I did a seminar.
I don't taste the difference either.
A few years ago at work, they were one of the interest groups was actually doing a food thing. And there were several of them, and there was like a food tasting that started with, what did we have? Like different appetizers, and there was another one that was about olive oil. And there was one where the guy was talking about pairing with wine. Well, we didn't get the wine at work, but he had a bottle and he was talking about it. And I asked a very pertinent question to him. This was Chef Billy, who I think has been featured on TV and all that. And I said, what is your happy price point with the bottle of wine? Because I just want to see, like, where are you going with that? And he said, for something I haven't ever tried, $12. And I thought, that's a great price point. You know, and if you try it and it's really great, good. And if it's not, you'll move on. But I think that is a very good price point. I always thought 10 was a good price point for something. And you might have to push that a little, but I think to myself, the happy point for a lot of commentators is around 25. And I haven't really done that comparison to say to myself, oh, that's better, or there's something else going on there. And there may be. But 60, I think you're starting to push into the range of things becoming collectible. And then once you get into hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, that's just status. There's nothing else going on there. I can say that.
Hi, Sherry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, grapefruit juice. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Dumpster juice.
Dumpster juice. I love it.
I tell you. Well, at least it's been commemorated.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Thunder
That's just fantastic.
Here.
Yeah, we got it going on. We are inside. We are completely surrounded by a Faraday shield. Oh. I can say that.
Aaron says, I'm sure you would win. Just don't submit the consultation.
Here we go.
It's actually sponsored by Patron. So, yeah, I would use Patron for sure.
I would say that Patron with the celery bitters would be awful. Don't do it. But we wouldn't do it either.
Oh, Carl says Authentic Brands Group oversees licensing for Elvis Presley's official likeness. Okay. Interesting. Because I just remember when we went to Graceland, you could buy pretty much anything with Elvis's face on it.
Yeah. They're doing a fantastic licensing job. You go to Graceland and you see the sort of museum of like vintage stuff. Circa 1956, there were 1,000 things with Elvis's face on it. They were selling plastic crap with Elvis on it from the get-go. They're still doing it. Well, good, right? And I think to myself, fine, but the whole idea of having impersonators and then impersonators who can marry you, that's a big sort of thing. Maybe it's just a specific segment. If suddenly people are getting lawsuits, I think you haven't figured this out by now. Figure this out. Get the damn lawyers together. I need 5 attorneys in a room. Figure this out. Make it happen. Not that hard.
Okay, Eric says, I saw the documentary Who Killed the KLF recently. What is that streaming? Errol says, my brother said he's proof you can be a professional and not make money. Says 0 is a positive number.
Well, it's a very round number. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, I can only imagine being a sommelier. I couldn't do it. I don't have those kind of taste buds.
No, it's
I'm like, as long as it's not plonk,
you need to know your stuff. It seems to me that it's kind of like becoming a cab driver in London, where you need to memorize 5,000 streets and how to get there. And that test is tough.
Oh, Amy's asking for suggestions for non-alcoholic beer. Oh, that Atlantic Brewing. They make good ones. Oh, yeah. Well, that's not
really Lagunitas hop.
Beer?
Yeah, this is not like beer. It's actually designed as
Atlantic Brewing.
Yeah, 0 alcohol. This actually has a nice, like, hoppy flavor to it. It's a good idea. Happen to have a few of those on hand. And what are the ones from Connecticut that were non-alcoholics? Those are quite good.
Atlantic Brewing.
That's not over 21.
But But they have, it says our beers, but they made you be over 21, but they're the ones that do the... Wait, is this not the one I'm thinking of?
Maybe not. This is all beer.
That's all beer. Wait,
That's
what
all
is
beer.
what I'm thinking? I thought it was Atlantic.
I'm forgetting the one I'm thinking of from Connecticut.
Yeah. It's from Connecticut.
Does some very good brews. It is right out of my mind. Try it out.
Athletic. It wasn't Atlantic. It was Athletic. I knew it started with an A.
You were very good.
Athletic Brewing Company.
There you go.
They make some good ones.
No shade.
Oh, Heineken Zero. Okay, all right.
No shade on the Atlantic Brewing Company products. I haven't actually sampled them, but I'm not going to put them down either.
Gettysburg Man's not getting the storms. Lucky you.
Wow. Okay. North and East.
Yes, I want to see the Elvis movie. I'm excited, Aaron.
Yeah, please. Let's check it out.
Sure that ain't the Skeeter truck. Jamie says about the lightning.
Right?
Oh, okay. John likes
Buckler.
Buckler from Holland. But yeah, Athletic Brewing Company. They had some that were pretty darn good, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, the information behind wine is very persnickety, and it makes it sound like the ultimate alcohol nerd thing. Well, then you can get into liquor and be more nerdy than that. I just think that if you know a few basic principles about what it is, you'll do just fine. And I think that a lot of the dicta about wine is a little overrated, like, well, you can only have white with this and red with that. Drink what you like with what you're eating. It's fairly hard to go wrong. I would say that like heavy sweet wines don't really belong with food, and that's, there may be a preference.
Honestly, what's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that can happen?
You don't like it.
If the flavor combination doesn't work, you'll stop doing it.
Exactly.
But I happen to like red wine, and I would eat it with turkey. Not a problem.
Drink it.
You eat your wine. No.
I don't eat my wine,
I would
but...
consume it with the turkey, yes. I wouldn't say you have to have the white wine to pair with the poultry.
Oh, Bitburger Drive. Okay,
Hello.
getting some good suggestions
Good
here.
suggestions.
All right.
Very good suggestions.
I love it.
Yep. Okay, so there's a lot of good ones out there. We've tried some from our local, I guess, is Athletic, as far as what they're doing. Although there's also a good non-alcoholic from Brooklyn, as a matter of fact, which brews in a couple of locations. I think they brew in Scranton as well as in Brooklyn. I think there's another brewery from Brooklyn because they're heavily regional at this point. They have a lot of product out there. I happen to like Brooklyn a lot. Drank a lot of Brooklyn Brown back in the day with John. I believe at the Knitting Factory that was $2 a pint. Been a long time since those days, folks.
Oh, Guinness has one.
Oh,
I didn't even know that.
Interesting. If they could make the non-alcoholic stout with that exact foamy head, I'd try it.
Oh, Devin says kombucha is supposed to help curb
the
craving for beer.
Interesting.
Nice. Okay. Good tip.
Yep. Definitely take that up.
I didn't really crave beer, but I enjoy beer a lot.
I enjoy beer. If I'm out back and I'm firing up the grill and I got the fries going on and it's kind of hot and I got some tunes, I frequently feel like there should be something in this hand. A spatula in this hand, something in this hand. And that could be one of these, which would work perfectly fine. And a tall, cool one, good idea. And it could be a beer. Very occasionally, I'll just have a cocktail-sized thing, but that goes down too fast.
This is getting low.
Tall one
with
a lot of ice. I am kind of done. We've never done mocktails with non-alc beer, as far as I can tell. Worth investigating. We've certainly done mocktails with beer. But anything we've made with beer,
well, I was gonna say,
we would top with the beer, and we could certainly top with the non-alc beer with probably the same effect.
But it seems like most of the beer cocktails we've made have had other spirits.
You could do other things in that, like we tend to do with mocktails, like start with the bitter tea. And that is going to give you a sensation like you might get out of the alc. It's not a one-for-one, but it's a good idea.
We have not tried the ritual. The ritual non-alcoholic spirits. Those came up on my Amazon. I have not.
Oh, wow. That's not a good recommendation on flavor profile.
Carol.
However, I'm interested. I would like to see some convention where they're demonstrating and we give us samples because I would try it. I would try it.
Anything once.
The bottles tend to be a little priced up, and I'm not sure I want to invest in one until I know it's really, really great stuff. So, and there's other things you can do. First of all, you can lighten it up like this, and that slows things way down. Second of all, you can lighten up what you're putting in it. I put it 1.5 ounces. You can put it in 1 ounce instead. You could put in just a dash for flavor. You could leave it out entirely. Throw in, instead of the liquor in this, throw in some bitter tea. I get like dandelion root tea. Try that out. That's going to give you like the nice tall cool one with some bitter flavor in it, which should balance out the rest of those ingredients.
Speaking of beer, what happened to the tiny Coronas our neighbor brought over?
In that fridge.
Would you like a tiny Corona?
Cornita? I would definitely go for one of those.
I'll go get them. Our neighbor brought us tiny Coronas.
The Cornitas are cute, and it's half-size beer. So if you just need a little something and it's nice and hot, great to grill with, gotta tell you. Yeah. Right, Errol. Yeah, here's stories about Saudi. I believe the rumor is that the screwdriver was invented there, and there's this whole elaborate thing about why that is. I think that's such a simple drink that it could have been invented 12 times, 12 places. Who knows? It's sort of like a daiquiri. Maybe it gets its name from daiquiri. Maybe that's a big lie. I don't know. But I can see what you mean. As soon as you're in a completely dry territory, you go, Back in the day, that would have been the OC. That's what you mean.
Wait.
Oklahoma City.
This fridge?
Yep.
I don't see them.
Take a look.
Where?
Do I need to go find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Sure, they didn't get
Let me
switched
come
around.
out.
I'm looking.
We don't want the place to have a vacant look.
Oh no.
I don't see them in that fridge. You mean the big fridge?
I'll be back.
I looked in that fridge and I didn't see them.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of other unsavory things up there that we should probably either drink or toss, but I didn't see those. No, not be able to have what you're craving. Oh, that's so sad. Kombucha has traces of alcohol. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. He brought them over. He brought us plates of food because our neighbors rock. He brought us 2 little tiny Coronas, but we didn't open them. I don't think they're in that fridge. See,
Sure about that?
Where were they?
Behind some things.
Behind a lot of things, I would think.
A Cornita Extra. This is actually 7 fluid ounces. Isn't that cute?
It's so cute.
Something else.
Look at that.
Be a popper.
We need some lime slices.
We have some lemon peels right there.
Yeah, we'll make do.
We will make do just fine. Boom, 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 boom. I'll grab a peel.
Moo, 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 moo.
You've got a peel.
Does anyone
Right
recognize that reference from Gypsy? Moo, 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 moo.
Moo, 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 moo.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of squeezed it.
Give it a big press.
All right.
Prosit.
Cheers.
Slide Salud even. That's awfully refreshing.
They're adorable and refreshing.
So cute. You can have a few of these and you've only had like a beer and a half. Think about it.
I feel like as a slogan, it needs work. You can have a few, and it's only like you've had a beer and a half.
It's not exactly what they say about Corona. Corona is called La Cerveza Más Fina. Tops.
Perfect size for beer for flipping into a Coronita. Ridiculously popular here in North Carolina. All right.
Oh yeah, that's right. If you get that big like fishbowl margarita and you toss one of these in to gas it up, that's what they do. Good size. Truth be told,
this is not bad.
It's not bad.
This is not bad.
The Mexican lagers are all Munich style lagers. They're all made fairly to that strength.
People rank on Corona, but it's not bad.
It got very popular about 30 years ago, and people were drinking them, and I was like, it's kind of an ordinary
Yeah,
beer.
it tastes like the 80s.
Big deal. Tastes like the 80s to me.
The 80s didn't suck.
Classic beach beer. Certainly, if it's like, jungle style hot out there, you're going to want something that looks like this, very cold. And is it my favorite of the Mexican lagers? Actually, no. I probably lean towards Dos Equis, and Dos Equis Amber. I think it's a great beer when it's hot.
Music nerd question for Paul.
Mm-hmm. No. I've heard from
John. John has. Okay, all right.
18 musicians. My favorite from Steve Reich is probably Still Come Out, which is actually a really cool and a little chilling sort of piece. And what was the other one? There's a one with the feedback in it. What the hell is that called? That's a really fun piece because of the way it's set up.
Kombucha has traces of alcohol. So do those apples that fall off the tree.
Many things have traces of alcohol.
Good stuff and good for your gut. I love it. All right.
There are a lot of great teas that you can have that are very good for digestion.
Carol says, LOL on the unsavory things in the fridge. I've had a few science experiments in my, It's like in Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
The food that just starts
moving across the counter. And he's like, would you like some Chinese food? And she goes, Lou, wait, didn't they close 10 years ago? He takes a sip and passes out.
I thought they closed 2 years ago. It's gonna rain. It is raining.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, you're talking about...
And he's powering through these.
ABV of 7 to 8%. Now, that's a little heavy for what is basically an alcoholic tea. It's a little heavy for a beer. Now, I was thinking about this recently because the whole subject of malt liquor. Malt liquor back in the day was fearsome. That's what you drank to get effed up malt liquor. But you take a look at some of the big brands, and they're like 5.6%. 5.6. I think every IP in the fridge in the back of me is more than that. So much for the fearsome malt liquor. Mm-hmm. And it's just a lager anyway. It's just like a high-octane lager. But it's not that high-octane.
These are really good.
So...
These Old Bay goldfish are really good.
You can see we're running down on that second set over there. Mm-hmm. Goes down very well with the cornhusk too.
Man.
Oh, the Steve Reich piece. Have not heard that? Yeah,
Oh, Matthew loves Gypsy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Moo, moo, moo.
I think it's extremely hard to go wrong with a Julie Stein Stephen Sondheim combination. That is just
moo, moo.
And I think I've heard opinions that is like the greatest overture in Broadway history, and I think that's a good contender.
I can see
it's
that.
Absolutely killer contender. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are some others that I would put in that category too. But it's fantastic.
And if you haven't seen Gypsy, go see it.
You can
rent it.
Absolutely see it, and you can rent it. The version with Roz Russell. I don't believe she's singing. She thought she was, but whatever. These things happen.
Oh.
And it's a great story. It's a classic story. So, yeah, got some good ones to go with there, Amy.
You can't say Gypsy now, but
whatever.
It's the name of a musical, so
it may be considered a slur, but the musical was not considering it a slur.
Oh, he saw Patty perform it. I saw it with Tyne Daly.
That's right.
I saw Gypsy with Tyne Daly. Is that spray handy? Oh, there it is.
Right there.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yep.
One of the things that freaked me out was during Little Lamb, they had a live Little Lamb on
live lamb.
Stage. It was quivering. It was so sad.
It's a touching piece.
I know. Well, no, the lamb was quivering.
I know what you meant.
Oh,
of course it was quivering. It's on stage in front of thousands of people.
Oh my gosh, Lisa's cousin made kombucha. Wow.
Ah, okay.
I'd love to hear her.
Well, I believe the stuff is brewed, so it might just end up that way, hey?
Julie Stein wrote the music for Mr.
That's
McCabe's
right.
Christmas
I
Carol.
did not forget that. Absolutely. A classic score that was never issued in its entirety, as far as I know. I think there's one track that's on a collection. It's not even the best track. Of course, some actually have a copy of that in its entirety. It's true. It's a great score. You realize that was actually part of a whole series of Mr. Magoo classics that were on television. It was I think it ran for about 23 episodes.
Oh, good night, Gettysburg now.
Hey!
Thank you so much. I can't wait. I will let you know.
We'll see you in no time. Absolutely. And Julie Stein, his name was attached to something else recently, and I thought, oh yeah, that's also Julie Stein. I'm totally forgetting what it was. All right. Zoop, I'm still forgetting the Steve Reich piece that's not come out.
I have no idea.
I've got to think about it, yeah. I don't think I've ever played some Reich for you. We actually played some Metal Machine music tonight, though. That was big fun, wasn't it?
Our friend Marty was here.
It was his birthday the other day. He was driving by.
Metal Machine music.
And since he was in, gave him a drink, and then he was talking about, oh, my aunt has Metal Machine music in quad. I'm like, I've got that right here. You want to hear it? She can't play it, but I can. So we did. So we gave it about 7 minutes worth. That's actually enough with Metal Machine, although I can stand much more of that, actually. It's a really, really short piece.
I would say the first 30 or so seconds of it, I was like, okay, this sounds like the soundtrack of a film.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, okay, time to take this off.
It's like that literally for 16 minutes. And then there are 3 other sides that are the same length.
Elizabeth says, I looked into homemade kombucha once and got kind of freaked out. Keep kombucha making behind the curtain. Oh.
If you want to really get gross, take a look at the history of rum production, and you'll find some really unusual things that were being tossed into the hopper on that. Oh, not good. And of course, the product used to come out being very high proof and really rough tasting. Really, really nasty. It took a long time for rum to get good.
Michael says, flashback to last week and songs in varied meter. The movie Whiplash is based upon a Don Ellis song.
Don Ellis!
That movie freaked me out.
Whiplash?
Whiplash.
I don't think I saw Whiplash. Yeah. Was that actually...
The recent one, right? With the teacher and...
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make perfect sense.
Freaky.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about that's really hard to watch.
Because... Yeah. I went to acting school.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like, oh.
You're a little too familiar with that kind of thing.
It's hard to watch Whiplash because,
Yeah, that's tough. Don Ellis would be your man for A Complex Time. I believe he's got something in 22/7
Eric,
on one of his albums.
don't get zapped.
Yeah,
don't
please.
Get zapped.
But definitely.
There's a flaming hot Mountain Dew flavor. Wait, what?
Oh boy.
Wait.
Scobie.
What is it and why?
There are some people
I'm not surprised to hear
there are some people who would place that question about the flagship product with Mountain Dew.
Surprised to hear that.
But at the end of the day, it's just a lemon lime soda that happens to have a lot of caffeine.
Whenever the Fogo comes rolling. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, don't get zapped. Steve Reich, is this something that's coming? I think it's Steve Reich. Okay, we're getting questions on YouTube.
How about Steve Reich?
Is this something that is coming out soon? You're talking about something that's already out, right?
Oh, it's been out for years.
Okay,
Dates
all
from
right.
1968.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
So let me look this up. I like Steve Reich. I think these pieces have a lot of vigor to them. So that's interesting enough. I need to actually simply run a page, look it up, and then I'll be able to tell you what the hell's what.
Okay, Devin says, I have friends who have tried it, and they say it's filth. The flaming hot Mountain Dew. Not surprised.
Big fun not.
Not surprised.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'll be right back. You figure that out.
Let's see. Got it. Pendulum music. 1968, I was right. It's got microphones suspended, and they swing back and forth in front of speakers to get that feedback effect. Fascinating. It's fun to watch. It's kind of like cartridge music from John Cage. Very active. There's something going on. I like that better than a lot of John Cage music that is cartridge because something's happening and you affect what's happening with it. All that indeterminacy, I'm like, phooey, make something happen. Use the device and make something happen itself.
All right.
But cartridge is just based on like using commonly available devices and making them do something interesting with sound. So that's kind of fun. And same thing with pendulum is like you're taking a microphone, you're taking an amplifier, and you're making a particular noise, and you're seeing how that goes.
And one composer used a bunch of clocks. Who was that, John? Or Paul?
Sounds like Cage, actually. Oh.
Music for 18 musicians.
Sounds like Reich, and it also sounds like, who was the guitar guy who did like 100 guitars? Totally out of my mind right now. Who was the...
100 guitars.
Yeah, that's the other thing here. Oh, we're talking like lightning strikes. We need some theremin.
He has a theremin somewhere.
Had to build it back in the day because no one was selling them. Now you can buy a couple of commercial theremins. Actually, a bunch of commercial theremins. It was fun to build. It's a really simple device. There's not a lot going on there. If you make with vacuum tubes, it's going to be a lot more complex. But if you make with integrated circuits...
Oh, Aaron thinks it was Cage.
Not much.
Oh, wait. Okay, John's got this. All right. I'm glad you're here, John.
That was a good idea. Ligeti's kind of fine. Bedretsky's kind of fine. Yep. Glenn Racca, thank you, Peter.
Oh,
yep,
okay.
That's what I'm thinking of. Glenn Racca.
Peter had it.
Never saw him live. I heard he did this whole thing at the old World Trade Center live with like 50 guitars. He would do these big choruses of guitars and large drone pieces and whatnot. A lot was going on. It was kind of like an extremely advanced heavy metal thing. So.
Oh my gosh, you're getting so much input. This is all going right over my head.
We start talking music and people just
right
line up
over
on
my
that.
head.
I'm glad.
Metheny. At least I've heard of Pat Metheny.
No, Pat is one of those guys who did a lot of fusion-y sounding stuff that doesn't interest me. And then he did a lot of free jazz, which is pretty cool. Like he's got an album with Ornette Coleman. That's a great album.
I've heard of John Cage and I've heard of Pat Metheny.
Yep.
The rest of this, I'm like, la, 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 la.
Beaver's Lesson.
It is.
In the head.
Does anyone remember that commercial?
The Beaver's Lesson. As in Leave It.
I think it was Nick at Night.
Yeah, Nick at Night.
When someone tries to teach Beaver from Leave It to Beaver a lesson, it goes into his brain, circles around, and goes out the other ear.
Fun stuff.
That's like this for me.
Now, who am I thinking of?
Oh. Felix's Machines. By Felix
Thorne. Oh, okay. A lot of fun.
Wow, okay.
That makes me think of some mechanical stuff I saw from Christian Marclay once, which was a lot of fun. And of course, he did very mechanical stuff with turntables.
Fernet Branca.
Might have inspired.
Fernet Branca, I've heard of.
Might have inspired a certain combo. I think we need a cocktail called the Branca featuring Fernet. Fernet is very persnickety stuff, as we know, but I like to mix with it for that reason.
A couple of drops in your drink.
Xenakis. I was thinking of who's another composer who's in that vein, who did some very vigorous stuff. Ioannis Xenakis. Yeah, he actually survived being a rebel partisan in Greece in World War II. He got like severely injured, so that really inspired a lot of what he did later. A lot of what he did is fairly strident, very violent sounding stuff, but he lived through like a fantastically violent period. I'm not surprised if that's what came out of that. A lot of the 20th century composers just listened to what was happening in big cities at the time and said,
I'm not laughing
this is the sound of that.
I'm laughing
This is the sound of that.
This is what our broadcast, like our discussions always turn into something.
Always turn into music. Yeah. Of those composers in that period, I'm actually quite fond of Vorez. His stuff is very vigorous. And he was really trying to echo the sounds that were happening around him, and I think he succeeded. And it's a lot of fun. He recorded some good stuff for the Brussels World Fair in 1958, but his classic pieces are all worth listening to. So, oh yeah, that's actually
Les Brown
hilarious,
and Vic Schoen's
Big
Band's recording. Oh my gosh, that's cool though. I could get that.
There were a couple of composers out there who really loved the idea of having two different bands going at the same time in different channels of music. This is not a very great use of stereo, but it's fascinating. And one of them who did that was...
okay, Christian Martley I've actually heard of.
Yes, you have.
Now, the Tristan Perrick? Is it?
Tristan Perrick. Have not heard? Interested?
All right.
See,
well,
now we're talking all sorts of stuff to look up.
So many new names this evening.
All sorts of stuff to look up, kids.
Never heard of.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Esquivel was really happy with stereophonic sound, and then he really got into like really, really hard separation. So like, this band's over here, that band's over there, another building, another room kind of thing. And then, of course, there was the whole issue of stereo action. There were a bunch of records released about 1961 on RCA, and it was all about motion between speakers. His is probably the best of the lot, but there's also the one from Bernie Green, which is really crazy, really, really crazy. The Esquivel stereo action.
Christian Martley was the inspiration
really
for Dr. Benstock. No wonder I've heard of Christian Martley.
Interesting but true. There you go.
Dr. Benstock needs to make a comeback.
Well, never went away. All the parts are still there, folks.
Just saying. You want to hear avant-garde music? Thank you for the term, Aaron. You want to hear avant-garde music? Dr. Benstock needs to make a comeback.
It may not even be music. I don't think we ever called it that. There was a term that somebody used called organized sound. I kind of like that.
All right.
That might have been yet another composer. I know I'm thinking of. I need to go look him up now. Huh.
I bet John will know.
Yeah, I'll find him. Who was the guy behind organized sound? He did not claim to be making music.
I would like to hear Dr. Benstock again.
Be best.
I would like to hear Dr. Benstock at Ohana.
That'd be hilarious. And I know one of the guys who attends regularly who would just love that. Todd Dockstader did organized sound. He would take a lot of found stuff and put it together. He would do that musique concrète stuff, tape recorders, and his stuff's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Oh, John says it was Perez.
Oh, Perez. That's interesting. I was pretty sure it was Dockstader, but maybe he also did that.
I feel like Dr. Benstock, at the very least, needs to play in a crawl room.
I feel like Perez was actually doing something more musical myself, because he made scores. You had to follow the score about what was happening. It feels like music to me. And it really depends. Like Deserts is very sparse, as you might imagine from the title of the piece. And there's a lot of things happening here and there. But then there's other pieces like Uptundra where a lot's going on. His catalog is not huge. You can actually get through like a lot of Perez, and there's 2 good volumes from Colombian music in the 50s that are well worth your time. Yep. Hey, okay, yep. Gotta eat. Max Neuhaus.
Okay.
Yep.
I know a different Neuhaus.
Yes. Not Max. Also an M, but not Max. Definitely. Interesting. Okay, all these great names to look up, folks. Check it out. I've been recommending a few people. I would recommend looking to Dockstader. And also Xenakis did fun stuff. A lot of this stuff sounds like the soundtrack to The Exorcist, which is really, really strident sounding stuff because it's supposed to sound like Satan. So don't let that frighten you off. Many of these composers did a wide variety of music.
As a film theme, I would be like, oh yeah.
Well, the actual film theme, main title to that was, of course, Michael Oldfield.
No, but I mean, like, it needs to sound like Satan. Like, as like a soundscape. I would be very interested. To sit around and listen while I'm having my martini.
It's not martini music. No, not at all. Mm-mm. It's not even.
But what is the purpose? Like Metal Machine music that you put on today. I'm like, why? What is the exact purpose of this?
Anybody?
Besides torturing.
Want to feel that one?
People. Like, what is the purpose?
It's not dinner hour music for certain. Even though I have certainly done dinner with similar sounding stuff. I wouldn't recommend that today. Yeah.
I don't understand why.
That was quite possibly Esquivel. I'm not as familiar with the egg stand Ernie Kovacs. I've seen a bunch of Ernie Kovacs.
Okay.
But at the time that I originally saw it, I wasn't really paying attention to the music, so that's my bad.
Aaron and I share the same brain. Yes, I love it. I love it. I'm so glad you could. Oh, Tubular Bells. Yes, Tubular Bells.
Fill it for the win right there.
Yes.
I was just listening to that recently, quadraphonic. You know, that's really cool. That's very well done.
That I get.
That's very well done.
But Metal Machine Music, I was like...
Yeah. What the hell's that all about?
Not only why would you listen to this, but why would you listen to this in quad?
I had to buy it because it was, and I said, what do we got going on here? And I'm like, this is a freaking nightmare. It is absolutely crazy-ass noise. And I kind of like it. And the thing is, you can listen to it at different speeds, and different fun things happen. So it's one of those things. I've heard people talk about listening to it at 16 2/3 RPM for study purposes. I'm like, you know.
I study with silence.
I wouldn't say it's a good thing to fall asleep to because it's going to wake you right up. But it's good for something. I think that it's an interesting piece. And apparently Lou Reed defended it like right to the end. He's like, no, that was a serious piece of music.
I like brown noise for falling asleep, and I like silence for studying.
Brown noise, white
Call
noise.
me old-fashioned.
Blue noise, the tricky magenta noise. Blue noise is kind of fun.
Pink noise.
Yeah. Pink noise.
Pink noise.
Pink noise is okay.
Oh, Ursula 1000. Yeah. I could go for Ursula 1000.
So, lots of different things out there that
Wildman Fisher, yes. I love Wildman Fisher.
That's not noise at all. The Wild Man actually did his job on the
Ursula
Sunset Strip.
1000.
Yep.
I'm all about that. And Wildman Fisher.
What the Wild Man has in common with Metal Machine Music is that his album was also a double album. A lot of stuff from some crazy dude hanging out on a strip.
Do you have any of these others that John is suggesting?
No, I've heard of both of those. So both of those are worth checking out, folks.
Oh, Lord.
See what we got going on.
Oh, boy.
Burning Stone Ruins. There's a fun one.
Oh, Mike Oldfield. Okay, yeah, I know Mike Oldfield.
Belly Mécanique. Oh,
wait, what?
There you go.
He performed it on half a dozen player pianos, complete with an air raid.
Now you're talking.
Oh my God.
Now you're talking.
Wow.
Ryoji Ikeda. Okay, there's good stuff. The player pianos makes me immediately think of Mr. Nancaro. He did fascinating things by cutting player pianos. Ah,
oh my gosh.
Okay. Conlon Nancaro. He's a name to look up. Got one album by him that I think came through the store that I was working at, and I was like, I need to take this home. It's absolutely crazy. He would cut things for player piano that nobody could possibly play, and he was just using the thing as an instrument, not as a reproducer. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Fun.
I can go for that.
A hell of a lot like the later work of Frank Zappa working with the Synclavier. Just like these, and a really obvious inspiration. He also worked in a bit of a vacuum at the time. Ah!
Oh, yeah. Mike, yes.
What Mike?
I'm friends with Mike.
Songs for a dime.
Yep.
On the island. He's written a million of them, folks. Well, is it about that time?
I guess
the discussion could go on for another 5 hours about all of this crazy 20th century music. The 20th century was full of racket. Crazy, stupid things happened. Right. But crazy, great things happened, too. And composers actually took all of that and put it into art.
I love all the comments.
Check out all of these comments later.
And I like that you tagged
and check
Moto.
out all of this music.
Thank you for tagging Moto.
Yeah, now watch.
That cracked me up.
Now we'll actually watch one of our broadcasts.
I know. Ah. Mike, when you show up, hi.
You'll check it out. Go back to the comments on the rebroadcast, folks, and check out all of these recommendations if you've never heard of them. There's just some really great things in there that are worth your time. There's a lot of fun music out there. Some of it I listen to more than others.
Back.
I don't think we even got into Stockhausen. I like Stockhausen. But a lot of these names just made some pretty interesting stuff. Worth your time. Definitely worth your time.
I love all this high-minded discussion. I'm probably going to go in there and put on some really low-brow TV.
Hey, that's fine, too. That's perfectly fine, too. It can't all be highbrow, folks.
No, it can't.
But musically, I listen to everything under the sun.
Thank you. So, we loved having you here.
Please.
So.
Yes. Yay. It's always, this is all good weather. Outside, not so good weather.
Not so good weather
Good for the
outside.
plants. We're good with that.
I know. I worry about, we live very close to the highway. And we just think about the people on the highway in this horrible weather.
In this stuff, I wish they would just like get off at the next exit and hang for a while.
Go to the diner.
No reason to be on the highway.
Oh, Lisa, thank you so much. We love hanging with you.
Thank you so much for being there. It is
Yay.
fantastic to see you and Errol, you know, and a lot of you.
Always.
We love all of you. Come on.
All of y'all.
Ultra
Oh,
Lounge.
cranking up some Ultra Lounge. Enjoy, Jamie.
The Ultra Lounge collections are killer.
Oh, Julie.
They're just
thank
fantastic.
You.
That's the thing. For
Thank
all this
you.
crazy 20th century compositional stuff we've been name checking, I will listen to Esquivel in a second. I will listen to Bernie Green. Who am I thinking of?
Amy.
I'm thinking of 100 things. Anyway, Enoch Light,
Thank you
absolutely.
For joining us.
Great composers. Percy Faith, great arranger. Great arranger. Definitely. So, hey, we've gone full circle.
Night, Lisa.
I forget what I was about to say about something else, but that doesn't matter. We'll
Doesn't
get to back
matter.
to it next week.
So much talking.
Next week.
So much talking.
We've had some heat. We've had some cool. Tall,
We did.
cool
We
ones
had-
and tall, hot
We
ones.
had a request for an episode about frozen drinks, and we'll see what the weather. Like, we're gonna wait for a really hot week and
When
do
it's
that.
beastly out there,
But yeah, we have not forgotten. We have not forgotten.
I got a blender right over
Yep.
there. Easy enough to use. Folks.
Exactly. That'll be fun.
We might even do one of those double layer sort of things with the
Ooh.
bits of fruit sticking out of it.
Elizabeth, thank you. And Michael, oh, Johnny Depp, oh yeah.
Jeez.
Cry Baby. That is a good movie.
Anyway, folks, it's been fantastic to see you.
Oh, good night,
all,
Eric. Good night, everyone.
As always, great drinks. We had some great snacks over here. I recommend these little goldfish. Definitely worth your time with the Old Bay.
Goldfish.
Found some other fun products today, but we'll get to those later.
Did.
Had
The
some-
Dolly Parton cake mix.
Oh, yeah. Had some great tall ones in this
Good
kind
night,
of weather.
Jennifer.
And when it's much hotter, I definitely recommend those. The little Coronas are a lot of fun. Good stuff.
Bonita. Yay.
As always, it's been fantastic to see you. And we'll see you again before you know it